Jeff, why do you insist on doing this dumb internet shit on TV?
I look and see, it's not just me.
This place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit.
So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're 1 and 1 for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild.
No. It doesn't make logical sense. But it makes
yes, of course.
But it makes wrestling booking sense. Of course, this makes no sense. Of course, okay, it makes no sense. However, in pro wrestling booking, which often makes no sense, you would do that. It's about making money. It's not about anything else. Wrestling's always been about making money first and foremost. That's it.
Yes! I look and see, it's not just me.
Last weekend was the greatest weekend in AEW history. This is the greatest week.
I look and see, it's not just me.
Security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're 1 and 1 for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're 1 and 1 for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. Get wild! Yay!
If you're familiar with how we do things often here on these Wednesdays, it's a lot like one of my favorite movies, Time Cop.
What? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah!
Yay!
It is a fast-acting viral strain that infects the host immediately, and upon getting sick, the infected will become racked with coughs, sweat profusely, and start to get the shivers and chills.
There he is, the legend. The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah. You can't literally run a promotion just for the AEW, what do they call them, sickos?
Thank you very much, TikTok and AEW. See you tonight.
Tony Khan started telling people there's no such thing as long-term booking anymore. It's week to week.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
Because we just secured the bag.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It was just sort of happened naturally. But it was never something I intended. It was just something that happened because the wrestlers asked me to do things in matches, and I do them.
If you run a promotion just for the sickos, you're going to do 400,000 viewers eventually.
Yeah, mother effing Meltzer.
You know that SmackDown actually went over and everything?
Yeah.
You know,
What's the point?
the point of SmackDown.
What are you getting at here?
That the DVRs didn't pick it up.
Did they not pick it up?
Mine didn't.
Let's get into everybody's favorite moment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week.
What would you like to listen to in your ears?
I'd like to hear the flute.
Well, if you'd like to flaunt your flute, then we can find you a flautist.
We have just secured the bag.
It doesn't help me.
Okay, so complain, but
I will complain.
Let me have my misery.
And when I heard that, I was like, what?
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
You gotta run a promotion for everybody. The sickos can be the ones that buy tickets first and spend the most money on the merchandise.
because we have just secured the bag.
But, like, you got to promote for everybody. Then you'll have a lot of viewers.
I think we proved a lot of so-called experts. We made them look like idiots. We're not going anywhere. Tony Khan's not going anywhere.
You'll also be there on TNT. You'll be in 2 places at once. You'll be around like my favorite movie. Time. It's so great, Pittsburgh.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It sort of happened naturally.
The best guy is Tony Khan.
To keep themselves safe.
Ooh, what's happening, guys? Welcome to another eclectic edition of PWT Live Show. Yeah. I'm your host, the infallible Phil Marks, and we got a lot to get to today, folks, so we're going to get all on into it. You know what I mean? How y'all doing tonight? Of course, this is another PWT Live Show. We do these every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday nights. I started a little early. I don't know what's early anymore. People are on daylight savings, so I try to go a little earlier if I can, because I understand, like, if you're on the East Coast, man, damn, you be catching replays, you know? But man, oh man, do we have a lot to get to tonight. As you guys can see already, we have the Dynamite snowed in snow day. How many times are they like, oh, wrestlers are snowed in, but it won't stop us a blizzard? Oh, is there oh, I thought Lincoln was telling me about you're saying fam. I thought you were saying fan. And I was like, oh, you can hear my fan. Oh, no. But, snow day. How many of those have we had? Right? And not even like the ironic ones or the unironic ones, like with Sting, winter's coming. I'm talking about actually where they're like, well, people can't get here. It's like that's happened twice in WWE history. You know what I mean? But anyways, this isn't just a trash cast. AEW fucked up at the pay-per-view, and this might be better tonight if they pull this off. I think that they need to, well, first off, let's plug some stuff. We'll circle back. We'll talk about the card. I'll tell you what I think they need to do tonight and what they could do to actually have a moment here that they botched at the pay-per-view. That might be a blessing in disguise a little bit for them, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, I definitely am, hopefully Edge gets crowned tonight, right? Not to jump the shark here. And yeah, so guys, youtube.com/@prowrestletimes. You're crushing it. We're almost at 2K subs. We got past 1,800 there. And again, that's just like a channel where just shit gets uploaded to it. I'm not as active. The Clips channel, the main channel, likely the channel you're on, is Pro Wrestle Clips. And I mean, we're almost at 6,200 subs. So round of applause for the PWT universe always showing up and showing out. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. I have a Patreon where I'm uploading more stuff to. And I have, if you support what I do, consider becoming a member, 99 cents. I also have a pop culture channel. It's called @PhilMarksOut on YouTube. If you're into like Daredevil and stuff like that, my review for episode 4 is coming out right away. And I have some other really cool scripted content coming out as well on this channel. So hit subscribe if you're not already, and if you like hearing me talk about stuff, you'll enjoy. It's different than PWT, the format and everything. But yeah, okay, I think that's all my plugs. I just really want to get into stuff. There's so much to get to. I did a brilliant podcast today with well, 2 people, actually. So a friend of the show, Shadow Bat Ash, joined me to talk about WWE ID and sort of how the dirt sheets were reacting to it, and GCW, and how Dave Meltzer botched that story. And, because her and I are both marks, so I'm like, why don't 2 fucking smart marks get together and give our perspective on, like, Dave Meltzer, as well as, like, the sheets and just the entire, like, GCW getting flack for the ID and all that. So we recorded this pod today, but also who joined is independent wrestler, AEW superstar, wrestled Roderick Strong on Collision. Big Trouble Ben Bishop came on the show.
Allegedly.
And that was a fun, grand old time. And we clarified some stuff about him, and as well as just got his take on it's not your typical pro wrestling interview, and that's the beauty of it. And I'm going to do more stuff like that, so expect that tomorrow morning. Okay, a little Thursday treat with Big Trouble Ben Bishop, Hurtful Kurt joining us here at the PWT universe, friend of the show. So yeah, that'll be really, really good as well. So and we just talk about pretty much the whole episode is just based on around the WWE ID and how AEW could have been innovative with that, and just we get the wrestler's perspective, like a guy on the indies who knows WWE ID people. We got his perspective on this right in the heat of the battle of all the sickos going back and forth. So yeah, I really look forward to dropping that for you guys tomorrow morning. And yeah, make sure you hit the like. Joey Janela's become an AEW bootlicker. We're going to cover that tonight, and he's obviously trolling, but we're going to get into that. Ben Bishop, great goalie. Yeah, no. So that's the thing. I think it was Brian. Well, you guys will hear, right? You guys watched the interview, right? But it was one of these, someone said it like he's a fucking the goaltender with the degenerative knee and all that. So we talk about all that. But yeah, let's talk about Dynamite first and foremost. Then we'll circle back to the AEW news, right? We'll do light news, and then we'll get into, because we're talking about the indies already, and then we'll circle back to this Dynamite, but I do want to preview it before it goes down. So we have TBS champion Mercedes Monet taking on Billy Starks. Here's the thing, right? Billy has never had one AEW televised match, I don't think, unless someone can fucking cage match it and let me know if I'm wrong on that. But I don't think she's even had a match on their television yet. So, like a Ring of Honor, of course. So I'll say, like, obviously Monet's going to win. So, like, what the fuck is the point of this? This isn't how you get Billy Starks over. Oh, but the point is that it leads to Athena. Okay, Athena hasn't been on AEW TV in like 2.5 fucking years or whatever. So what are you talking about? That doesn't make sense. We're 12 minutes in and I'm cussing because I want better for great talent like Billy Starks. And I'm not hating on her. Don't knock her for taking these opportunities and doing the dance. She has the world ahead of. If I'm her, I'm taking Tony Khan's money this young in my life too, right? Ain't even a fucking second thought about it. So she's all good. She's like 19 years old or something like that. I'm not even joking. 20 years old or something, maybe even younger than that. A prospect for her, it's probably a dream to wrestle Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Monet. And yeah, I mean this match will probably be okay, to be honest. Billy's really good, and I really want you guys to check out what she's doing in Ring of Honor, I guess. I don't know. What does this lead to? She loses so that Athena goes, me and you in Texas, because I'm from Texas, and we might as well do it there. And then Athena won't win because she's not on fucking TV every week. Megan Bayne takes on Chris Statlander, so again, they're just rushing the fuck out of all of this. They've got Megan Bayne involved in like 2 or 3 things, rushing this big match. To me, where I'm like, fuck, man, you just build up to this for a while. Like, come on, dude. It's right there. They were doing it good for a minute. Tag match, Thunder Rosa. Okay, that's kind of done, but Stats in the mix still. But it's all just to get her to Toni Storm, like, very next thing, because she just ran out and attacked her. It's like, okay, it's not the worst thing. Like, Megan Bayne is, her motives are pretty clear. She's going to be champ. She just wants to beat the shit out of everyone. I mean, let's be honest. Thunder Rosa just looked bad during that thing. It just made her look like she feared Megan Bayne. So it's like Megan Bayne looked unprofessional, but she didn't look shitty if you're talking, perception or whatever. And then we have an international championship eliminator 4-way. So Orange Cassidy from America. They have dudes on this roster from Mexico. They had Hechicero last week, right? You could do from Mexico. They have Roosh on the roster. They have El Toro Blanco, dude. He ain't worried about no fucking snow, bro. What are you talking about? No, but you know, you have like where's Takeshita? He's a Japanese dude, right? But it's like no, 2 Americans. Mark Davis from Australia or New Zealand or whatever the fuck, and then Mike Bailey from Canada. And okay, there you go. I always criticize this too, how the international champions were mostly Americans, or like it was, I think Orange Cassidy had the longest run with the belt, and he's a fucking American. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You know, you have these other belts that sort of like the TNT title or whatever, right? The international, you have all these international guys. Why don't you use some of them to flesh out your international division? So this is doing some of that, but again, it's just Cassidy. What the fuck are you doing in this match? Why are you here? What's going on? Why would you be in this thing when Takeshita's there? When you have other Americans, but fuck all that. Let's think about international guys, right? We had Hechicero go against Cassidy or whatever last week. Where the fuck's Roosh, bro? Where's Black Taurus or what are these guys say? There's like unlimited luchadors coming in and out of the company seemingly as well. Bandito. Like, come on, bro. The fuck is going on? AEW World Champion Jon Moxley. Now, here's where they have an opportunity to do something really great. And then this guy, Drain Bamager, 2 women's matches. Let's fucking go. And they're in Omaha. Remember, folks, the last place we saw the title was in that trash bin in Omaha. It's just a fact. So weird. Shit's a simulation, right? We've come full circle. We're about to see a fucking garbage street fight, and this title will suddenly reemerge. Listen, man, they have a moment, or they have a chance to create a moment here that they didn't do at the pay-per-view, which might be better as a fan. It might feel more satisfying if tonight Edge wins that belt. And I'm not saying because this is good Tony Khan booking. It's because he overbooked the fucking pay-per-view. And this should have been what that pay-per-view culminated in. Revolution. It should have ended with Edge. It should have been 6 or 7, like 7 really solid matches. Okay, couple on the pre-show, 1 or 2 on the pre-show, and then it should have been Edge finally beats Moxley. Even do the Christian thing where you swerve everyone and you think he's going to cash in or whatever. We're calling it a cash in, like it's the money. That's so stupid. Oh, man. But, Christian cashes in. And then Edge just like spears his ass out of his shoes and then pins Moxley or him or whatever. They should have just had that moment where Edge finally becomes the world champion, and then just confetti, fireworks, no shenanigans. So they can do that tonight and it will stand out because there wasn't like flips off the cage and all this crazy shit that we had at the pay-per-view. Where like Tony Storm, the final ending or whatever, right? And she looks like the movie Carrie. Like we don't have all that to sort of muddy this moment. Like this can just be a Dynamite and then a really cool world title changes hands on TV with Edge. Like, and maybe it pumps a little viewership back in that. I don't know. Maybe the max number spikes up. I don't fucking know. But yeah, this is, I think, course correction, damage control. I'm sure someone will check in with the mole, but I think this is course correction after not doing it at the pay-per-view, although this might be better for them to do this on TV. But again, they're going to muddy it up. How do they fuck it up, chat? Should I put a poll in the chat on the Clips channel? How does AEW fuck this up? Right? Let's start a poll. How does AEW... How does Tony Khan, let's say, okay, up the end of this main event we're going to go via run-in, all afterbirth scenarios, right? But we have to just, is it a run-in? Is it a DQ? Right? Is it a fucking an attack? Attack after match? Or you never know, it's AEW, attack before match, okay? So vote if you're on the Pro Wrestle Clips channel and hit that like button while you're there too. And yeah, run in a DQ or an attack after the match or before the match. How do they fuck up the end of this main event? Right? So he puts Orange Cassidy in the main event after losing. Oh, that's so good. Moving along here. So yeah, that's my predictions, I guess, for this Dynamite. And yeah, they do have a chance. What was I saying before? Yeah, that they have a at the beginning of the show, I was saying, you know, they have a chance to do something really cool, and hopefully they pull it off. That's all I'll fucking say about that. So yeah, let's get into some light news, shall we? I need a jingle for light news. Julia Gulia does such a good job of like sending me all these different things. And yeah, I might use one of them. I don't know. What's for light news? They can't be flutes, but flutes are light, you know, as people pile in. Here, let me check in with chat. And we're going to jump into, yeah, just some light news action. We have some cool stuff, a lot of miscellaneous news to get to. So Rabid Wolverines LC Killer says AEW's for the sickos. Dude, absolutely. Absolutely. F1WGP7 has been a member for 6 months. That's awesome. 99 cents. Consider joining up. And then Andre Adams says all of the above. Yeah, I should have made all of the above the last one instead of attack before, considering we're saying the end. But an attack before technically does, you know, affect the outcome of the end of the match. So I mean,
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
I'm right. Thank you. Devo says it's so hard to like AEW, but I be trying. Dude, me too. And people give me shit all the time. And yeah, it's fence sit and fill for a reason, but we're going to stay optimistic. Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. That 4-way, fuck it. It'll be fun, but you're going to see Mike Bailey and Ricochet do some completely stupid shit that is just going to look cheesy. I'm sorry. I'm a fan of both these guys, but let's be honest. Mercedes Moné and Starks will probably be a pretty good match, but it's just going to be Starks kicking out of all of her shit and then eventually Moné winning anyways. Bane versus Statlander. Bane's going to get the win. It won't be that long of a match. And then Mox Cope. If they don't put the belt on Edge, I mean, it's done. It's done. And Edge blocked me, bro. Cope blocked me. But I'm still like, you know, I'm still riding for the guy. You know what I mean? I still appreciate him. So, yeah, they need to put the strap on him or else it's a catastrophic failure. Okay, so for light news, we'll play a fucking banjo. Why not? The UFC will reportedly do everything in their power to get a Netflix deal once their contract with ESPN expires at the end of the year. I told you! UFC is allegedly having issues with ESPN's technology. I don't know, man. Dana White always likes to make bullshit reasons why for things. But anyways, not saying it's him. Whoa, calm down. I'm just saying. While ESPN isn't happy with pay-per-view numbers being way down, pay-per-view's a dead model. WWE, you know, proved that before. Brendan Schaub was on his fucking show talking about how UFC is going to do what AEW does and take their pay-per-views to Amazon and shit. Shut the fuck up. What's going to happen is they're going to go with Netflix. Okay? Phil, don't miss. Sure, it's coming soon, but for real, like, they're going to go to Netflix. All TKO stuff is going to go to Netflix. You Negflix. Hey, Schaub, you Blockbuster. Okay. And yeah, so that was MMA news. let's move along to miscellaneous. Let's do that because we got a lot, and we got some TNA stuff as well. we got a lot to get to. So Matt Cardona is blocked by Swoggle. Okay. Dylan Postel, Hornswoggle. I don't know why that's in here. Walking weapon. So again, another fucking thing that I was spot on about. Alexander goes to Maple Leaf Pro. So could have seen that a mile away. Doesn't mean he can't show back up in TNA or he can't show up in AEW or he can't go to WWE, but this was 100% his first stop. I called that a mile away. So here he is. I mean,
oh no, QT Marshall, I was going to say he's a walking wounded literally, but he's now in control of Josh Alexander, the walking
QT's whooping his ass. I wonder if Big Boom AJ makes a run in.
weapon. QT Marshall into the apron. Oh, wow, Argentine backbreaker. QT Marshall, your plan has just gone away.
That's actually a crazy spot, and shout out Marshall for taking that. And dude, Josh Alexander's lit as fuck. Okay, moving along. I can't wait. You better go to WWE. No, Rey Mysterio's entrance and theme that he only used during dark matches previous to his SmackDown debut. So this is awesome. We're probably gonna get. I'm going to have to chop this out later. So check out my Patreon. I like to upload clips. I don't do, if it's, there's only like a little piece. It's like, I don't know, we can do without it. But, you know, I react to like, you know, the world's cheapest wrestler and wrestlers getting punked and all this shit. But yeah, anyways, I digress. Let's take a listen here. Hopefully WWE blesses us with this one.
Yes, I did. I cut caught the curtain, fell down at the end of the ramp, and they booed you the entire way. Yep. And I even waved. I mean, they brutally booed you.
Like this theme slaps too. Why? I wonder why they switched it. I don't know. I like that theme. I know it sounds fuzzy, but that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Congratulations to Real Ace Romero, who revealed that he lost 200 pounds in 1 year. Let's go. So a lot of free plugs here for this WrestleCon. So they ain't paying me or nothing, but a lot of plugs for them. Mickey James will take on Maki Ito. Okay, at the Mark Hitchcock Memorial Super Show at WrestleCon 2025, and I'll be there, of course, and I'll be there for you, Eric. Yeah, so Maki Ito versus Mickey James. Like, what kind of sicko world? I like Maki Ito though. I know she triggers people. I know she does some dumb shit, but there is something about her that, like, she's talented when she, like, I get it. The falling headbutt thing is silly and everything, but and that pisses some people off more. They're like, well, that's worse because then she knows what to do, but she doesn't do the right thing. And that's, I don't know. And then that's where you get into subjective, like, well, what is the right thing? What is the right thing, Brian? So yeah, we have a lot of plugs for fucking WrestleCon. Rest in peace, chat. Best energies. RIP to Vince Steele, who I believe he suffered a heart attack at only 39 years old. Lots of wrestlers. I mean, I'm entirely unfamiliar with his work. Lots of wrestlers came out in support of him and just being like, dude, he was a really good guy. And so I think he passed away in the ring, which is incredibly unfortunate. So, yeah, just best wishes out and energies to his family and all of that. In lighter news, I am honored to be the new QP. So this is Qatar pro wrestling, dude. And they're just throwing out big bucks to sign like stars from around the wrestling world and have them come wrestle. I think Del Rio and Miro threw down over there. But Matt Cardona is the new QP Wrestling Middle East champion. He can't wait to return to Qatar and defend his championship. These are the type of gigs. I mean, I don't know personally Qatar, you guys need some sort of commentator. Hit your boy up. No, but I mean, I'm fairly certain these are the type of gigs where, like, you know, a guy like a Cardona or a Miro, you don't need to go back to WWE when you can book a few of these every year. You know what I mean? A handful of these ones, you know, maybe a few of these, and then, you know, a solid handful of fucking other indie dates and cons and stuff like that. I mean, WrestleCons. I mean, yeah, you don't. WWE isn't the if your objective's just making money, you know. If your objective's like taking it to the final boss level, yeah, you need WWE. But if you were like, yeah, I've been there, done that, like a Cardona, damn, dude, strike while the iron is hot right now, dude. And it's been hot for years now. We're rolling. Like, I love it. I feel like wrestling is just getting bigger and bigger. So I can't stand people complaining about WWE's numbers going down. It's like from the Netflix debut, which was basically like a PLE. So that's like saying, oh, the Raw numbers are down from WrestleMania. No shit, you know? Anyways, though, that's another topic. Here, let's just take a look. Here's Cardona, I guess, accepting his title. English commentary. That's all I'm saying. I won't say fuck. I promise. Okay. He won't be allowed on. Well, no.
Matt Cardona.
I didn't hear you say new Middle East champion. The complete.
Chat, is that belt a W or nah? It's, I don't know. They need to just fill that white part in the middle with, like, you know, the big gold, the big Goldie, the world heavyweight. You just fill it with that shit, like, you know, flowers and lion heads or whatever. Skulls and flames and shit, bro. No, I don't know.
The internet champion. Always ready. Matt Cardona. Show me some respect. Well,
Then you
see, he's so seasoned too. He knows all they're gonna print are his few select English words and shit, or whatever, right? Extra, read all about it. But you guys know what I mean, right? He knows just to say, I'm the champion. I'm this champion too. Here's my name. Show me respect. Boom. He's such a profesh. I don't know. Anyways, moving on.
Champion.
I love Cardona, dude. I'm a huge fucking fan of this dude.
Matt Cardona.
You're expecting me to thank Ali for bringing me here. Thank all the fans here. The tennis. No! I'm going to thank me. I'm going to thank the complete Matt Cardona. I got here all by myself.
Yeah, when the fuck does he go back to WWE? It's like he doesn't even need to. I'd love for it to happen. He could be a cool, like, one-off Rumble appearance, you know? Speaking of MLP, though, here is PCO. Just absolutely, PCO is not human for a reason, man. Look at this madman. At his age, watch this whole sequence. Shout out MLP. Don't fucking Scott D'Amore. You're the guy. You're the guy, my guy. I'm not your buddy guy, but you're my guy. Okay, friend? So don't pull my shit, fellow Canuck. Oh, my good God. Do it again. Yeah, it's not even I am the table. It's like I am the concrete floor, dude. He just missed and splatted. Watch that one more time, then watch what he does. Oh, my God. And the fact the table didn't, like, and look at him, he's like limping up the rope. Oh my God. Whose legs broken worse? PCO's or the tables? Look, boom. Like, you only have so many of those in your life. He's just putting them up. How old is he? Like 60, just putting them up. God damn, man. Shout out PCO doing the damn thing. Here is Indy Hartwell trolling Mercedes Monet. India, I don't like when you do that, India. I'm sorry. Are you saying India like the country? No, India.
She has a mean streak. Oh
yeah. And this is the match they pulled JD off of.
Indy Hartwell now maybe a test of strength.
That would not be smart for Mercedes to accept.
No, Indy obviously taller than Mercedes. Yeah,
quite the difference, as you can tell. Oh, there we go.
Very resourceful is the champion. This is Mercedes. First time, as we mentioned, here at the NYC Arena. She scaled the ropes. Nice arm drag takeover.
Shout out HOG Wrestling. Yeah, that's a shitty arm drag Monet just pulled off there. Terrible. So speaking of GCW, here's a Phoenix Splash. This is in GCW Ashes, Japan. Here, or we were talking about HOG rather, but GCW. Here's a Phoenix Splash onto light tubes.
What's he going for here? Oh, he nailed it. That's a new variation.
WWE ID. I got your two next fucking guys, buddies. Here, let me check in with chat here. Eric for 5 says there wasn't an option for jumping off something tall and breaking your face. Oh man. Yeah, no, definitely. That Phoenix Splash was sweet, but dude, you just see the jagged edges of the tubes too. I know this is from a minute ago, but yeah. Thank you so much.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
Only Larry says the best guys, Tony Khan. You
The
already
best guys,
know, dude.
Tony Khan.
That's great.
You already know, man. Thank you so much. And yeah, we got some Dave Meltzer to laugh at. We have some. Oh man, we got lots of AEW news. Lots of it. It's gonna be great. Thank you so much for being here. Only Larry. Monkey Balls for 5 says I still think they're saving the title change for emo Peter Pan to come back off his mountain. Oh, should we X-Files you for that one? Holy shit. Oh my God, emo Peter Pan. Yeah, he's really climbing that mountain, huh? He's really dead set on that. I don't know. That one's tough, dude. That one's really tough. I think if they didn't even like spend the time to put Darby over Sting, then how the fuck are they gonna put him over Mox or Edge or whatever? You know, it's they have a chance to do something really special tonight. If they don't, that's their own fucking bad. You know what I mean? Stepping on your own dick. You got it all right there. Lincoln Hawk says Ace Romero needs to train Sami Callihan and Eddie. Oh, shit.
Idiot.
Taking shots at him, man. Is Eddie Kingston that bad? He just grew his beard out. I think it makes him look a little more schlubbier. But yeah, Callahan blew up wide, dude. He was off TV for a while. Then he came back and it was like, whoa, you got pretty fucking thick there. But at least he like seems real. Like it's not like you ran into a guy that wide. You're like, oh, he couldn't whoop your ass. You know, at least with Callahan's sake. Eddie Kingston's like, I don't know. It's a whole other story. Yeah, but thank you. Only Larry for 20. Oh my goodness, here. We gotta fucking. Can I get a quick spam of the best guys Tony Khan audio? Yeah, sure. I just spammed you with everything but
The best
that.
guys,
So
Tony Khan.
the best guys, Tony Khan.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
The best guys, Tony Khan, Brian.
Brian.
Okay, people gotta keep watching the fucking show. Okay, we can't run them off. But Larry, I appreciate the shit out of you. There'll be plenty of the best guys, Tony Khans tonight, though. So make sure you're tapped in throughout. And just one more for old time's sake, not to blow up our spot, but
The best guys, Tony Khan.
thank you. Okay, moving along. Justin Booth has been a member for 4 months. The best guy's not Tony Khan. Yeah, I can't hit it again. But thank you, Justin, for your membership. It's 99 cents. Andre Adams says Sami Callihan built like a Pac-Man ghost. Oh, fuck. Which one? Inky, Blinky. What are their names? Oh, my God. Which one is he? You got Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. Or Shadow, Speedy, Bashful, and Pokey. So, I don't know what Callahan is. Right? Thicky and, you know, Clyde and Wide, I guess. I don't fucking know. I'm trying to think of a rhyme. You're a poet and didn't know it. Oh, okay. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate. Round of applause for our members and super chatters and all of you here. Hit the like, hit the dislike, whatever you got to do. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's move along here. Dude. So stupid. So, you know, speaking of Pac-Man, No, that's a terrible. I'm not even going to go there with this one. Matt Riddle said I had a terrible joke. Matt Riddle says he found Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens difficult to work with. And let's hear what he has to say. He does an interview. He talks about how, I guess, the Canadian boys were difficult to work with in WWE, and we'll determine together whether or not he's working the shoot here. He has the old school UFC title, but it says bro on it, and it's like a replica of that sort of. So that's kind of cool to do that too. I always thought Matt Riddle should take one of those influencer fights or whatever. He'd do well.
Who would you say was your hardest opponent you ever had?
Hardest opponent in the ring, I would have to say Sheamus.
Sheamus, really?
Sheamus, easy to work with, hits really hard. So hardest in the ring. But then when I think about who's hard to maybe work with, I would have to say Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens, because they're just it's hard to put a complete sentence together with those guys, if you know what I'm saying.
Really?
Yeah.
So they were a little difficult to work with.
They're difficult. Sheamus hits you hard, but it's easy to put together.
Who?
Damn. So they just have a lot of ideas. We want to do this. They just have all these fucking ideas. I don't know. It doesn't really seem like he's burying them, though, just being honest. So Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows' first match since their WWE release has been announced, with them set to take on the Powers of Pain in a steel cage match at All-Star Wrestling Show on June 7 in Beckley, West Virginia. Guys, ASW, make sure you check that out. That's fucking awesome. The Good Brothers, right? About to wrestle a couple other Good Brothers there. And that'll be a good one. Here's Bully Ray, who tells a story about him, Hurricane, and Haku beating up 3 guys in a club in Roppongi in Japan.
One night.
Shout out Sirius, Busted Open, Bully, and everyone else.
In Japan at a club called 911 in Roppongi. Me, Jericho, and Hurricane. And Jericho had a couple of cocktails in him.
And he was like, hey, yeah, they do gone bobbed out. And Hurricane was like, stand back. And then fucking Bully was like, Devon, get the tape. No, I'm just joking. Okay.
And we all know what happens when Jericho gets a couple of cocktails in him.
He wants to fight.
Thank you, Mark. And he was instigating some shit.
So Jericho's a little shit talker, shit starter when he gets drunk. Okay.
And he was the champion at the time, so he thought he was, this is when they unified the championship. They put it on Jericho, so,
I could beat Tyson, Judas in my mind, only in my mind.
Thought he was the Cat's pajamas.
And the bee's knees.
He starts in with 3 guys.
Yeah.
The first guy had his jaw shattered by Uncle Bully. The second
Uncle Bully just broke your nose.
Guy got his nose broke by Uncle Hurricane.
And Hurricane hit you with an elbow.
I turned around and I witnessed the third guy standing on his own 2 feet, but slowly crumbling to the ground. And when I realized why this man was crumbling to the ground, I then realized it's because Haku had the shoot throat grip on him and was choking him out slowly until he dropped to the floor. Remember the
What have I done? I'm so afraid. Haku has my fucking jaw and ripped it all away. No, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Haku just really Tongan death gripping dudes. Holy shit.
double? Remember the goozle when he used to grab you by
He goozled him.
the Adam's apple and just cut all the oxygen off?
It's real.
It's
It's real, dude. He really did it.
it's real. It's damn real.
It's damn real, man.
Oh shit, man. You gotta love stories like that. You don't really hear stories like that anymore. So we're like, we've heard them all. Dark Side of the Rings covered them all 2 seasons ago, So Odyssey Jones files defamation lawsuit over WWE firing. Now, I don't think this is towards WWE. Let's just take a gander. Watch me be wrong. No, defamation against his former partner. Right? Saying like, I'm innocent and this got me fired from WWE. You owe me whatever money. So Kurt Angle expresses gratefulness that fans have dropped the name Perk Angle and now use Peak Angle. And he said he was really pleasantly surprised that they responded that way. It makes me know that I have true fans out there that really enjoy my career and love me for what I did. I'm just grateful that they're going to drop the name Perk Angle. It reminds me of a dark time in my life, and it's something that I don't want to have to deal with anymore. I deal with it already, and it's behind me. Yeah, that's good. Peak Angle. Speaking of behind them, though, Del Rio seemingly still just on the wrong path here. Former WWE star Alberto Del Rio, Alberto El Patron, reportedly suspended by Tijuana Commission, and he's suspended from Tijuana for like 182 days or some shit due to an incident with fans, right? So some shit popped off in Mexico. And let's see, at the AAA wrestling event, the Tijuana Commission suspended him for 180 days, which is roughly 6 months, for his role in an incident on Friday. They have two TV tapings coming up in Baja California, but those are in Ensenada and Rosarito. I don't think it affects those. I haven't seen the full match, but in the clip going around, Alberto appears heated at someone in the crowd post-match. He tries to hop the guardrail, but isn't able, so he circles to a place he can get over. He then throws a chair at someone off camera. Security intervenes. Another fan, seeing this, then throws a chair, hitting Alberto in the head, which starts a slight melee with people throwing things. One story going around is an old lady got hit by a flying chair at some point and ended up in hospital. Well, that's no good. Oh, come on. That's not very fair, Alberto, to bring people's grandmothers into your chicanery down there in Tijuana. That's not very fair. I once saw a donkey show there, Eric. Okay, let's move along. So Matt Riddle is interested in working with Vince McMahon again.
You what?
No, you're not reading that. He said they got rid of Vince, but from what I hear through the grapevine, there might be a new opening for him. I've even heard Vince might have another company. I'm interested in anybody, bro. That's wild, dude. Alberto Del Rio, yeah, he's like banned in Tijuana for like 6 months. And yeah, we just went over it. He threw a fucking chair and then someone glommed in with a chair. So we have a couple companies vacating tag belts. So Noah vacated the WWE tag belts not long ago. Or pardon me, I'm an idiot. So Omos was there. Noah vacated their tag titles that was held by WWE Superstar at the behest, I'm assuming, of WWE, who are like, we need Omos back here, whatever. I have no fucking clue why. But AAA also vacates their tag titles that were held by Jinder Mahal and Satnam Singh, with, of course, the Jarretts in their corner. And I mean, I fantasy Mark booked that. I was like, I'd get Jinder with fucking Satnam and just try and sort of recreate and put him with the Singh brothers and do what kind of he was doing in WWE before. I know you want to be different, but at the same time, like, imagine the heat you get doing that type of shit on the indies where everyone, I don't know, you just get such heat. But of course, that also costs a lot of money, you know, for everybody involved in that. But former WWE champion, but yeah, they just vacated the titles, so it is what it is. Big Trouble Ben Bishop, who is on PWT podcast tomorrow morning, actually, guys, if you're just tuning into the show. Big Trouble Ben Bishop and I hung out today. We laughed at the sheets. We talked about Dave Meltzer. And yeah, we interviewed him a little bit, cleared up some of the rumors about him as well. And he has a match coming up on this Friday, so 2 days. ACW. Big Trouble Ben Bishop taking on former WWE and TNA world champion Nick Nemeth. And that's Adrenaline Championship Wrestling. That's in Maryland, Hagerstown, Maryland. So make sure you guys check that out. And go give Big Trouble Double B a fucking follow. He wrestled AJ Francis recently. He's wrestled some names, man, in and around. He was on fucking AEW, right? So, yeah, make sure you guys check that out. So, again, man, look at how over Sting is. Like, what a fucking baller. Due to overwhelming demand, we have added Sting to a second day at WrestleCon. He will paint red on the one day and then white on the other day with pro photos. So they had to split it up. He's making so much money. There's such a demand. Literally, Sting can go get a whole bag of like people going, well, do we get him in the red and black face paint? You know, there's a whole fucking market for that. What a baller. There's over, then there's like over. There's over like Red Rover. You know what I'm saying, dude? And that red face paint, dude, is Red Rover, right? We call fucking the Brinks trucks over, right? Mr. Moneybags over here. So dude is like gonna make, because there's people who are gonna double up. There's people who are gonna go, oh yeah, I got him the first night, I gotta get him night 2 though as well, or whatever the fuck. You know, I gotta get him in both. So I don't know, dude. That's crazy. Having and like, let's be honest, he could fucking he could paint his face like Surfer Sting and do that one night too. If it was a 3-night thing, they for real could do that. So I don't know. Just amazing. Good for him, you know, seeing someone all these years later to where it's like, you know, he's going to make so much money from this. I don't know. Sting's a fucking icon. He is a legend. Say what you will about his AEW run. To me, he's always been going to be one of my favorites. You know, not like even like one of my all-timers of the best ever, you know? But he's just one of my favorite. Look how fucking over he is, right? He could do the Joker face paint and probably do a night as well. Like he's just truly the outlier, the guy who didn't need WWE to reach that status that WWE, you typically needed WWE at one point in your career to get to that level. You know what I mean? Awesome to see. So Jimmy Wang and Jazzy Yang, a father-daughter combo courtesy of Hybrid School of Wrestling. So Jimmy Yang and Jazzy Yang are going to be there. So Jimmy Wang Yang's daughter, Jazzy Wang Yang. Okay. Moving along. Kurt Angle, Peak Angle will be there. Okay. And then we have Sonny Ono and Ultimo Dragon, dude, are going to be at WrestleCon. Get your tickets. Only at StarCast. I don't even know if that's the same thing. WrestleCon and StarCast might be two different goddamn things. But yeah, we got Ultimo Dragon and Sonny Ono. And yeah, that's amazing. So that was Miscellaneous News. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Miscellaneous News. And we are going to get into some TNA hot news as well, which we got quite a bit. And so let's transition over. And you guys know what? I'm feeling a little banjo-y, okay? Banjo-y, no kazooie, right? So we head on over to my world with Jeff Jarrett over at Save with Conrad. I gotta really stop just plugging his shit for free. Jeff Jarrett on Hulk Hogan getting rid of the 6-sided ring and getting booed on his first night in TNA. Chat me up, Jeff Jarrett. What was it like? I mean, I'm here for it. I was here for it then. I was there for it then, and I'm here for it now, Jarrett. But like I would ask Eric, Jarrett, what was it like? Chat me up about what the Hulkster was like in TNA. And did he need Blue Chew? I'll take 2 every day. Head on over.
So with
it's Conrad over on X.
All due respect, Hogan not having a clue what TNA wrestling was all about, the 6-sided ring, all that. We talk about bubble. He was so far away from who our audience was. And again, I've always said that's on Dixie. That's 100% on her. Why she didn't say, Hulk, this 6-sided ring got us shelf space, and we've sold a lot of licensing on it, and kind of the way we look at it, the way Spike looks at it, and they ain't going to tell you no for any reason because you're Hulk Hogan. But let me just give you some context on this and that, this and that. I mean, they booed him night 1. Can you imagine how Kevin K and Spike felt? The big savior of TNA, quote unquote, that didn't need saving, was on the right track, is going to walk out there and they're booing him night one. It was just like, guys, what do y'all not see the forest? Nope, you can't because of the trees. It was just unbelievable. He wanted to take shots at me, and this is a wrestling 101. If there is a time in TNA's history from the time it started until 2009, and I'll give Mick Foley and the writing and really the heat because of the Main Event Mafia, but I was as hot of a baby face when the power play took place, and then I come back, it's like storytelling 101. I'm not going to be a heel just because, Hulk, you're a babyface and you're going to say shit about me. They just a total disconnect on every, I mean, poor Orlando Jordan and the Nasty Boys and Val Venus and all this. I mean, it was just everything that TNA wasn't.
Well, shit, Jeff, I don't hear you keeping that same fucking energy for Tony Khan now, do I?
So with
So Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley showed up at the TNA taping. So there you go, folks. We need that fucking, now this is what it's like when worlds collide invasion. Are you ready to go? Because we need that fucking TNA NXT Worlds Collide then invasion. Cassidy Haynes of bodyslam.net says, on Friday, one of our Body Slam staff members made an inappropriate comment voicing their personal opinion about This Is TNA and some of its performers during our live coverage of their pay-per-view. So we covered this before, you know, they were trashing. They're like having a known racialist like Tessa Blanchard and having AJ Francis tell Laredo Kid to go back where he came from. That's so offensive. And then AJ's like, well, he told me to say it. So, yeah. The comment was uncalled for, unfair, unprofessional, and unacceptable. As a media outlet, we should remain objective and unbiased. We at Body Slam want to publicly apologize to TNA, to Tessa Blanchard, I couldn't tag her, AJ Francis, to the staff of TNA, TNA fans, our readers, and any others who were offended by the tweet. It is not our role to play judge, jury, or social executioner. Personally, we want to be a brand that lifts up professional wrestling, etc., etc. AJ Francis was like, nah, I wasn't even mad or whatever. Can't remember what he said. He was like, nah, I wasn't even like hurt about it or whatever. But yeah, moving along. TNA management is working tirelessly on securing a bigger TV deal, which they'll likely get at the pace they are going, ladies and gentlemen. That was light news. Let's get a banjo and a round of applause for light news. And yeah, I can't really add anything to that. We know that's what they're doing, okay? So we got a lot of WWE and AEW news to get to. Chad, let me know what you guys want and try and convince me one way or the other. You guys got to convince me what we're doing, okay? WWE news or AEW news next. As I got Dynamite, it should come on here in like 7 minutes, and we'll keep eyes on that as well. So, God, yeah, we do have a lot to get to. This is going to be quite fun. And I'm actually going to post this out again while you guys let me know, while we all debate about what we're doing next. Okay. All right, good. We got the Dynamite card pulled up. Excellent stuff, folks. Okay, let me check in with chat here. I watch TNA every week, and it's getting better. That it is. TNA should go head-to-head with AEW. I mean, sure, AEW news, AEW Jericho. Is it Jericho time? Yeah, how many likes are we at, guys? There's like 275 to 300 people watching across both channels, sort of fluctuating. On the Clips channel, we got to run it up to 100 likes. Or if you guys want Jericho, I'll play it. If it means you guys will get to 100 likes, let me know. Yeah, and it just helps out the algorithm, you know? So I appreciate that a whole heck of a lot. Or hit dislike too if you guys don't like me. That's cool too. So yeah, you guys are just I think AEW news is like winning it out, but I'm still going to give it a minute here, and I'm going to check in with chat once more as I check in with our poll as well. I asked, how do you guys think that Tony Khan fucks up the end of this main event? 50% said a run-in of some sort, DQ, attack after match, and 8% said attack before match. You don't know with AEW, dude. You don't fucking know, right? So thanks for participating in that poll. Miss October 30 says, I'm glad you enjoyed that kid flipping Cena off. Yeah, thank you for sending me that. Miss October emailed me a picture. I saw it on Twitter as well, floating around after, but it's like this little girl standing at her TV and just flipping off the screen with John Cena like standing there, which was just fucking adorable. That's what it's all about, you know. That kid's gonna, you know, have heat with him forever, or he's gonna have heat with her forever. Razgrado says, I want the gift of Jericho for my B-Day. Is it legit your B-Day? Okay, you guys didn't get to 100 likes quick enough. Razgrado wants it for his B-Day. Get the likes up for his B-Day run in from Chris Jericho. We had a Big Trouble Ben Bishop on the podcast earlier today, and now Chris Jericho on the live show.
I look and see it's not just me. So many others have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spent our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. Let me get wild. Yay!
Amazing. I really enjoyed that. See, people wanted it, man. You guys run those likes up now. Okay, what a terrible birthday present. Happy to you, Raz. Yeah. Okay, excellent stuff. You guys are amazing. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Where do we start? I guess you guys called for it, so you get it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all put together a good old Ichi ni Sanda in the chat. Wait, San. Wait, we fucked it one more time. Ichi ni Sanda. It's amazing. For AEW news. So Chris Jericho, we went over this before. $100 for an autograph, $100 for a selfie. I bring this up to contrast what we're going to go through in WWE news, but I bring this up again just to say Cena is selling dinners with him for $25,000, and Triple H meet and greet is $8,000. So not even knocking Jericho, but just, bro, you know, just there's levels right now. So Hologram and Commander are now officially a team in AEW known as, and I'm sorry, I know that Gravity is Bandito's brother, but Hologram and Gravity should go together. But anyways, though, Hologram and Commander are now the Lucha Stars. The fucking Lucha Stars, bud. The Lucha Stars.
Guys, Tony Khan.
What kind of fucking Vince McMahon, you know, 2014 name is that? And then Jose the Assistant goes, what a fucking uncreative name. Right? May as well be called the wrestling team. Yeah. Generic team one. You know? Just terrible. Now they changed it, which we'll cover in a little bit. And it's got to be because of Jose. He called it the fuck out. He's called it out multiple times. And yeah, we'll go over in a bit. There's sort of a through line here. They have a new name, and it's trademarked and everything. And yeah, you have to think our guy Jose just roasted their shit. Like, who came up with that, dude? I wonder who comes up with those things, you know? It's weird. I wonder who come up with a name like Lucha Stars. So more on that in a bit. Triple H's thoughts. So Grok is meaner than anyone on the internet. So they asked Grok to roast Tony Khan. And Grok's like, all right, let's take a swing at Tony Khan, the wrestling world's resident trust fund kid with a passion for booking matches like he's playing WWE 2K on easy mode. Whoa, geez, Grok gonna take my fucking job. You know what I mean, dude? Once they have proper text-to-speech, I'm cooked, you know? Stealing my whole gimmick here. What the fuck? No. Grok, I was going to say he, but it's a fucking machine, goes on to say, this guy's got more money than sense, running All Elite Wrestling like it's a vanity project fueled by his dad's checkbook. This sounds like the wacky synopsis to like a shitty B comedy that like, you know, some fucking comedian from the 80s does on their way out of the game. You know what I mean? This guy's got more money than sense, running All Elite Wrestling like it's a vanity project fueled by his dad's checkbook and a dangerous cocktail of Red Bull and delusion. He's out here tweeting like a 14-year-old fanboy who just discovered the internet, hyping every show. Oh my God, this is so long. Whatever. His shows feel like a chaotic indie card where everyone gets a turn, but nobody knows why. He's the type to call himself a genius for putting together a match that sounds cool on paper, like a dream match between two guys who peaked in 2012, but then it ends up a 20-minute spot fest with no story and a screwy finish. It's fucking Jim Cornette. And let's talk about this wardrobe. My man dresses like he's perpetually fucking late for a Zoom call with his accountant, right? Just fucking cutting a promo is Grok, dude. Sign him. That scarf isn't fooling anyone, Tony. You're not a mysterious auteur. You're just a dude who thinks disheveled millionaire is a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Yeah. Oh my God. Stick to buying sports teams and let someone else steer the ship before AEW becomes the wrestling equivalent of a midlife crisis. Is it not already that, if nothing else, though, Grok? Right? Here, I'm trying to get Dynamite on. What the fuck's going on? Trying to support this shit, and these apps are always being fucky. Here we go. Is the shit even on? I don't know. Sorry, guys. We might not be watching Dynamite. I don't know what's going on. So some blank screen. Here we go. Should work. Unless it's just not on. Is it like on at a different time? Is my time? Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay, perfect. Anyway, sorry. Moving along here. So Swerve Strickland shares his take on AEW versus WWE and why fans don't have to pick sides. It's like, tell that to your fucking boss, bro. Well, Tony's been staying out of the mix with that shit, but he's never addressed like, oh, I talked shit and I shouldn't have, you know. Oh, gee. Oh, golly. Oh, boy. He goes, Swerve says, it's almost like you get the big box office's movies. That's not what he said. That's got to be a typo, okay? It's almost like you get the big box office's movies and all that stuff over there, but over there you don't get green screen. You don't get wires. What the fuck is he talking about? Can you friggin' act? That's what AEW is. You have to act in order to perform in our films. We're A24. Are you fucking kidding me? The performances and acting have to be pristine. No, they don't. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You can enjoy both. Yes, you can. And both are successful. That's the beauty of it. Yeah, well, I mean, success is in the eye of the beholder. No. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, it depends how Tony defines success, right? I know you're successful at increasing your bank account, and that's success to a lot of people is what's in my bank account, you know? To others like Tony, I don't think he cares about that really. But anyways, Post Wrestling says that AEW is not combat sports. So this is via Louis Silberwasser, CEO of TNT Sports on the Varsity podcast, who says AEW is not combat sports. It's sort of a hybrid between entertainment and sports. So we don't consider that 100% sports. So combat sports like UFC, which is a fantastic property, has perked our interest. WBD talking like they're going to get on the UFC train. Fuck around. They just had to sell that Looney Tunes movie. So a Looney Tunes movie nobody heard of came out, right? That some company like paid them for to distribute in theaters and shit. And then now there's another, and then that John Cena one with like Will Forte and like the Coyote versus Acme or whatever and the Roadrunner. That same company paid them like $50 million, I think, for the rights to distribute that fucking movie with John Cena in it. So it's coming out now. And yeah, I absolutely think that's fucking hilarious. It just speaks volumes. But yeah, they want a piece of that UFC pie, I guess now. But yeah, AEW, they don't even consider it a sport. The CEO of TNT Sports. So when Dave's like all 30% because the NFL, it just debunks all that automatically. Well, other sports, whatever the top sport says, Brian. I don't know. He just doesn't know what he's talking about. Ricochet says, we do listen to our fans. We covered this before. We're going to get into Ricochet versus JD round 2. Oh, so Bleacher Report to AEW fans today. So Bleacher Report's like John Cena today. Fuck them kids, right? But Bleacher Report, a sports media company, is owned by WBD, which acquired it from Turner Broadcasting System in 2012. Okay. Oh, so Meltzer said what's just taking a fucking jab at them. Okay, there we go. So again, Omaha will recover. Hopefully, you guys see there. Dynamite's in Omaha currently. Ricochet is making his way to the ring. And yeah, this is a trash bin in Omaha where the AEW title was last seen. They're in Omaha tonight where the AEW title will be crowned. It's gonna come out all broken up and like with paper mache on it, like the hardcore belt. And Edge is gonna wear it. Do you guys think they cop out and make like a R plate in the middle, rated R superstar, and they do it like the WWE belt where they put like a plate in the middle? You think AEW has a new title design and that's what this whole thing's been about? They already do the side plates. They already copied that from WWE. But yeah, pretty crazy. They're back in Omaha. AEW have changed Hologram and Commander's official tag team name from the Lucha Stars to Los Titan del Air. So I don't know what that means. The Air Titans, I'm going to assume, right? Or air, I don't know. Air, obviously that's not what air is. Yeah, so that's dumb. I can look up what air means in Spanish, but someone will tell me ayer. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. However, way better name, okay? Way fucking better. And yeah, I'm just glad that someone got through. Like, at least this has some creativity to it. Right? Now somebody might be like, it translates poorly and it's dumb, and okay, that's a whole other conversation, but this at least is like an attempt at something creative other than the Lucha Stars, bro. That sounds like a tag team that's spurned off of Lucha House Party. Like two of the guys from Lucha House Party get disgruntled and they're like, we're the Lucha Stars. That's what that sounds like. That's just terrible shit. So Jose did that for sure. He just called him out for that shit. I mean, come on now. The gauge. So here's the Nielsen gauge, February 2025, US viewing share. Now, this gets real into the nitty gritty, but you guys can see we have a chart. We like charts here. So here's other streaming is 6.2%. So let's look here. YouTube is 11.6, just dominating. Netflix is also doing so good, 8.2. Disney, 4.8. Prime, Roku, Tubi, Peacock, Paramount, Max, 1.2%. Of the streaming share of the market. Do you know what I mean? So, like, you literally see people saying, Collision did 400K or Dynamite might be close to Raw. Like that's what Meltzer's trying to paint it out to be. Well, with Max, it could touch Netflix. You guys, Raw's in the top 10 every fucking week, #1 in multiple countries. AEW, no, and this isn't to be like, fuck AEW. I just need to point out reality. Max is not even, see, this is what when fucking your boy MJ from NJ comes on here, right? This is what I wanted to see this whole time. What does this fucking chart look like right here? So this is from Nielsen, the gauge, okay? Nielsen's total TV and streaming snapshot. So, and we're not shitting on any of these. I like Paramount. A lot of motherfuckers watch Peacock. Tubi's cool. I got a Roku. I don't watch the Roku channel lots, but I use Prime. I use Disney. I use Netflix. I use YouTube. I don't really use YouTube video. I don't really watch movies on YouTube for whatever reason. That's not really my style. But for other stuff, you know. Pluto's cool too. But yeah, you just got to look at it for what it is. 1.2% of the pie. Netflix has 8.2%. Which is damn near, it's like 3% higher than Disney even. Which is Disney, for fuck's sakes, you know? Then the next thing to it. So it's just for Dave, who's like, I study the business, and he wants to play numbers game. It's like, even if it was #1 on Max, I don't even think it sniffs Netflix top 5 probably, you know? Just being real about it. Let alone broadcast. And the key demo, Brian. So Switchblade says Netflix, Max, and Peacock viewing share of Feb 2025, according to Nielsen. Max share is down 0.1 year on year. Peacock share is up 0.1 year on year. Netflix share is up 0.4. In other words, okay, listen. So in other words, Max is down 7.7%, Peacock is up 7%, and Netflix is up 3.6. My God, I've gone cross-eyed. I hate breaking this shit down. Boring. No, just kidding. It is interesting though, right? When you get it, when you want to play the game, it's all about that game. Let's do it, Meltzy Seltzy. We can learn. We're learning. He's like, by God, they're learning, right? We're learning. We're just studying the business, Dave. Is that all right, Brian? Okay. We just, well, you know, only I can study the business. Brian. So here you go, Dave. Here's the charts. This ain't going nowhere either. I'm just hanging on to this one for a minute, right? Here's something I've ranted and raved about on this show a fucking number of times, but Ospreay went ahead and said this part. So I got to actually like tweet this out and put this out there like on X where other people see it who might not watch the show. So here's what Will Ospreay had to say about storytelling in AEW.
I do feel like AEW does have a different style to what every other pro wrestling company does, where we actually put the sole focus on pro wrestling. That the story is pro wrestling. It is about climbing the ranks. It is being the best.
That's what that's what the indies are for, bro. Right? So that's what the indies are for first and foremost. Okay, bruv? But here's the other thing. So I wrote it out. That's the baseline story. What Ospreay just said is the baseline story for every single sport or contest ever. You're all trying to be the best and grind through the rankings and win the championship. That's hockey, football, wrestling, soccer, rugby, water polo, we know. What makes wrestling fun and cool is that unlike any other sports, you get to expand upon that and create the drama circumstances that toe the line of what's possible in sport. You get the privilege of the audience wanting to suspend their disbelief. If you're a weekly TV show, we need TV show shit. If you want to climb rankings and win chips for a shoot, get into MMA or something, bruv. And again, Ospreay probably fucking hates my guts, but it just is what it is. It is what it is, man. I just got to keep it real about it, okay? So it's Wednesday. You know what that means. Don't miss Dynamite. So Tony Khan's like, final day of winter. There's a blizzard in Omaha. We have 3 huge Dynamite fights set for tonight. All advertised wrestlers are in Omaha now. It's like weird how you announce like this is what a struggling indie. Oh, you know, this guy didn't have gas money and it's like fucking cold out. His car wouldn't start, so he didn't. You guys know what I'm saying? Let's check out chat here. Andre Adams says Jericho sing like he lost his voice during NDA negotiations. Oh my God, singing for his freedom, dude.
Emotional damage.
Jesus Christ, that is savagery, man. Yeah, I'll duet with Jericho. some point. We got to see. It can't just be 200 likes. Man, that's so funny. Singing for his freedom, dude. MBDBDBF. Regrok, geez, when did AI get so good? Yeah, it's like, when the fuck did you how'd you learn my shit? I think that's a tweet I tweeted out once. I think I said that once. He's biting my shit. No, fucking Grok, man. It's the overall sentiment, right? But people don't understand too. Someone broke it down. They're like, Grok isn't being profound or anything. It's like a blender. It just takes shit. Like someone asked Grok to roast Meltzer, and it wasn't that good of a roast, honestly, because they're like, oh, he's too busy breaking down wrist locks. It's like, no, dude, break down wrestling moves and make them more believable and shit like they do in MMA. That's cool. That's not why people hate Meltzer. They hate him because he fucking lies about shit and is senile and is clearly just an agenda driven. It's like, dude, if you're not getting paid, that's the bigger fail. Like, if it turns out he's not getting paid from AEW somehow, he doesn't understand. The gotcha for me is like, oh, he's not getting paid. He's really just redacted, you know? He's really just restarted, you know? So that's like the gotcha for me. It's not, oh, he's paid. I'd go, see, guys, weight off our shoulder. Told you, or not even told you, because I don't know. I don't even want to be like, he's getting paid by them. I know I'm the guy who invented the whole 3% that everyone talks about, but I like, that's not even a serious thing. That's just me saying, like, what else is it? It's a private company. Would you be shocked if they're like Meltzer? I mean, he was given 2.5%, you know, or like, you know, even MJ from NJ gives them the benefit of the doubt. He's like, what if Tony Khan goes and drops like 25K in subscriptions every month? And that's how he, you know, and that's more plausible too, I guess. I don't know. We're not trying to get conspiratorial like Dave will do all the time. But the point I'm making with I bet Dave owns 3%. It's like, there's got to be some incentive, right? And would you be shocked? I'd be more shocked if he didn't own fucking 5% of the company. You guys know what I'm saying? Anyway, sorry. Andre Adams says, I can tell by Ricochet's cape he was at a Diddy party. Oh my God.
You what?
Dude, did you guys see too? There's like a Michael Jackson part 2, like 10 years after that last shit. Phil marks out if you want to hear me talk about like pop culture and stuff like that. But yeah, those Diddy docs, man. What didn't Diddy do, right? It's dark shit, man. Orange Cassidy built like every meal is nuggets. Yeah. So like Dominic Mysterio, they have the same build, but Dom's taller, you know, right? He's built like, yeah, he eats fucking craft dinner and chicken nuggies. That's some Canadian shit. Thank you so much. Round of applause for, I'll acknowledge the super chatters and chat and everybody just hanging out tonight, whether you're hate watching, whether you're enjoying this.
Acknowledge me.
Appreciate you all. Let's move along. We got a lot to get to, so let's trudge along. 300 of you watching. Let's run those likes up, please, and thank you. Anyway, so moving along. Triple H's thoughts response to Jason Solomon. Solomonsters got me blocked. So Solomonster says that Jeff Jarrett tells the Orlando Sentinel that he loves tribalism among wrestling fans. I embrace it because it is the nature of what pro wrestling is. Home team versus away, good versus evil, black, white, shades of gray. So many aspects of this world are super divisive and super tribalistic. But in wrestling, with that ability to evoke emotion, you create more chatter, you create more passion, and you create more revenue. Don't ever let anyone tell you promoters don't contribute to the WWE and AEW tribalism. Yeah, they're fucking carnies, bro. Triple H's thought says Jeff Jarrett is speaking truth. Promoters love tribalism and eat that shit up. Yeah, absolutely. It's all a carny work at the end of the day. AEW has filed to trademark Titan del Air. Jose's he's gonna fucking verbally smack me down in DMs. He's gonna be like, you butchered the pronunciation of that shit. Swerve Strickland says that wrestlers like Cody Rhodes and CM Punk gained more value because of AEW. Here's the thing. I'll say this.
Are you sure about that?
Cody Rhodes, for sure. Punk, I don't know. That shit I don't know. I don't know if he gained more value from that. like if he came back at the same time, let's say he never went to AEW and he just showed up at that same event he showed up at, that Survivor Series, the crowd would have still melted down and died. You know, it still would have been the same thing. So the fact he was in AEW, I don't think it made him a bigger star, but like it gave him more clout as far in the wrestling to like, because here's how you know, because when Punk does the little jabs at AEW, the fucking crowds don't pop in WWE. They don't give a shit. You know, they care about like his past beef with them, and they already know, like, yeah, of course you're gonna go there and smack the fucking Young Bucks around. I would too. You know, like 90% of the audience are like, yeah, I would have done the same shit. You know, so Punk is basically, yeah, you know, they would have popped huge when he say that AEW stuff. And same with Cody Rhodes. When he alludes to the AEW stuff, no pops. They don't care. They'd pop huge for it. So, but Cody Rhodes for surely got more over. Like if he didn't do all that, he wouldn't have been, Vince wouldn't have been like, yeah, we're going to bring in, pal, at Stardust. But yeah, Punk, I don't know if it made him a bigger star, but it gave him more clout with like the sickos and the wackos as far as like, yeah, you'll really smack a motherfucker, you know? Or like you went there, saw what the bullshit was all about and realized. Speaking of Cassidy, I don't know if we were, but he's on screen right now getting beat up by Mike Bailey. A new micro brawler of The Rizzler is on the way from PWT's, Pro Wrestle Tees, not Pro Wrestle Times tees, folks. Pre-order this Friday. Scratch that figure itch. So yeah, they made a plush or a whatever of this kid, of the Rizzler, dressed like. So I don't know who's gonna buy that. Kids, I guess. Kid fans of AEW who watch Tony Storm bleeding like that and spite, you know, the I don't know. The multiple attempted murders. Like, do we have to go through it all, guys? So John Moxley reportedly drove 11 hours. Yeah, it was like the movie Speed. It was like Ice Road Truckers, the series. Yeah, I got the idea from the movie Road Trip. I saw Michelle Trachtenberg. She passed away, and it made me think. And then I heard that song. I would walk 1,000 miles, and I would walk 1,000 more. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Let's do that. I saw that. I heard that. Let's do that. As of about an hour ago, 10%. Oh, this is Alvarez, the fucking wiener. Okay. Let's do Brian. I'm so rude. Brian, as of about an hour ago, 10% of the people that were supposed to be at Dynamite still were not there yet. Who cares? There were several individuals that were supposed who would know the difference? They were supposed to fly in and they couldn't, so they drove in. So if you didn't find out about this until this morning, you ain't getting in, brother. It ain't happening. I believe John Moxley is one of the people that drove like 11 hours to get to the building because they couldn't fly in. Yeah. Hey, Tony, because I had to drive 11 hours, I'm not dropping the title tonight to Edge. And Edge is like, oh, wow. You sure about that, bud? And Moxley's like, yeah. It was like Ice Road Truckers. Can you validate my parking? Can you pay me back? Can you reimburse me for the gas? I used my business visa. Jesus Christ, I just can't take him seriously. Mox, I cannot take seriously for a second anymore. He was so good as Ambrose. Now you get it. Now you understand when he's like, and he would talk about his frustrations in WWE, and he's like, oh man, and Vince is like, you're this wacky guy. Now you look back, and yes, Vince is an idiot, but he did know how to make great characters like Undertaker, and he knew how to get the best out of people and the worst out of them. But with Ambrose, you can, because you look back at old Ambrose shit, and you're like, oh, it was so good in comparison. And it's like, Vince understood, if you let this guy go too far in his direction, in his own direction, man, he's going to do this. You know, it's going to just get ridiculous, right? And then In hindsight's always 2020. At the time, we're like, man, Brock won't let Dean Ambrose. Imagine the shit Ambrose was pitching to him, right? So, and then the most goofy he got was that fucking cage match with the weapons and shit. What was it called? The Asylum match, man. And that was with who? Jericho. Goofball Jericho and fucking he's a legend, but come on now, right? In AEW. So, you know, Vince knew how to reel Moxley in and like make him interesting and funny and not cool. His whole thing is he wants to be cool. You're not really cool. Like, you're cool because you don't give a fuck, but you're not like the cool guy. You're like the weird dude that just really doesn't fit in anywhere. And that's what kind of makes you cool and why people can get behind you, right? But you're not like the cool guy because you're like, yeah, Rocky. Am I right, guys? You know, American History X, man. You know, it's not that, dude. So anyways, I know I'm harping on this, but Moxley's you gotta understand, my guy, right? This is the perception. So speaking of Edge, Adam Copeland, he cuts a promo. He shows up. He's like, I'm Canadian, bud. I fucking skated here. I cross-country skied here, bro. So here we go. Here's what Edge had to say.
I'm here in Omaha because I'm a goddamn pro, and I have a world title match tonight against Jon Moxley. A blizzard was not going to keep a Canadian from taking the AEW World Championship.
I got my hockey stick and my syrup, too. No, you fuckers. We're not like that.
We're here, so you get here, too.
Some of us are like that, but... So there's a fuck finish where Ricochet and Bayley both got the pin. So the definition of 50-50 booking. But the crowd went super hot for it, so it's going to be a triple threat. So it's... And Ricochet, he'll say. So it's a triple threat against Kenny with Mike Bailey and Ricochet, so they can do all the flip shit to each other because Kenny's slowing it down and not bumping us hard, and he's just putting people in holds and shit. You guys are seeing that, okay? And he'll do a dive or two. There'll be a Poison Rana, right? There'll be that move where he does like the front flip rolling, the reverse Samoan, you know, where he does the flip and he's like, you cannot escape. And then he like flips off the rope. He'll do like maybe one of those, but I'm telling you, Kenny's taking it way slow ride. Take it easy. He's going top guy speed. Here's the problem with goofy Bryce Remsburg, though. He's looking at Bayley, and if you don't see Ricochet on the ropes, then how the fuck did you see him over your shoulder? The refs are so bad. So look, he doesn't see, like, how would he even see Ricochet getting the pin? And he's using the rope. So the other ref came in to go, oh my God. See, they just fucked it up. Guys, can I break this down? How this is just one of the biggest botches ever? Can we fucking break this shit down for 1 second, dude? Where's my Price is Wrong? Because this actually pisses me off. Where is it? Here we go. So what happened was, Remsburg doesn't see the feet on the rope, but he somehow sees Ricochet. Okay, I'll give them that. Maybe he somehow, even though he's counting the pin for Bayley. So the other referees and the officials run around and go, no, Remsburg, like, this is what happened. You know, something happened. No, he pinned him too. He pinned him too. But wouldn't those officials be like, dude, he pinned him too, but his feet were on the fucking ropes. So that pin doesn't count. And in fact, the only pin that was legal was Mike Bailey's. But no, because they don't it's like people who don't watch sports or something. Like, nobody's just quality control going, wait, that logically, do you not get why that doesn't make sense? Because the officials are coming to say, oh no, he had the pin too, right? And Remsburg's consulting with people and what's going on, right? Am I wrong? Rewind it. Was there fucking 3 dudes ran up together and they're all talking? No, so they're like, yeah, Ricochet got a pin too, man. They both won. No, someone's in there going, the Ricochet pin, his feet were on the ropes, so that pin doesn't count. However, Mike Bailey had a legal pin. Therefore, Mike Bailey's the winner. And then it still implies that Ricochet helped Bailey get the pin. And then you kind of keep people strong that way too. Instead now, everyone's buried and look fucking dumb, and they have to go and retcon this somehow. They got to do a Being the Elite where they fucking retcon this shit or something. How are they going to do that? Like, this is so bad all the fucking time. They can't ever get it right, bro. That's the problem. That's the problem. Am I wrong, chat? If I'm off on that, tell me. Tell your boy Phil, am I off on that? Tell me. Tell me, and I'll fucking cop to it. But no, I think I'm spot on. If they're consulting, like, imagine this is the NHL. Oh, did the puck cross the line, bud? And then the refs consult, and the linesman goes, well, no, this guy was interfering with the goalie. So that's actually a no goal. Like, that's how that would go down. No, that guy's feet are on the fucking ropes. What do you ask? Like, oh my God, bro. They can just never get it right. It took a second to click for me too. Took me a second to go, oh shit. Because there was so much happening. You're like, wait a minute. Does this make sense? Then you think about it for a second. It's like, no, not for 1 second does this. Crazy. Oh, crazy. Someone goes, it really doesn't matter because Tony's not going to let Omega lose the belt. Yeah. Anyways, though, moving along, let me check back in with chat here. Miss October 30 says, I just watched the top 10 wrestling in his video about what got former AEW fans to leave. So what do you think caused AEW fans to leave? Everybody lost faith in Tony Khan. I've said it before, like, he could have Cena come back and turn heel and no one would give a shit. They'd be like, of course he'd turn him heel, you know, because someone brought that up too on Twitter. One of these sickos was like, it doesn't matter what AEW does, they're going to get picked apart and shit on. And it's because it's mostly bad. So when it was really good at the start and people go, I don't think it was ever really good. No, man, it was. I'm telling you, like, that first Dynamite, just go back and watch that and think of it in the context of, like, this is the first show, other wrestling show other than WWE in how long, right? It was so good. Jericho was cooking, his fat, just everything was working well. And even the silliness that they had, you know, the matches were a little bit longer and they were doing crazy shit, but it was more confined. And again, you wake up after a while. Like, I truly believe the backstage shit affects the on-screen shit way more than anyone admits. I think that a lot of people are just so grateful for their time being on the TV that they don't ever want to make that. Because how could you be not grateful to be on fucking television, getting paid six figures, you know? Some guys, I was once told, hey, I got paid six figures to clap, buddy. What do you fucking just stand there and clap? So it's like, you know, so you can't ever fucking be mad at that. You can't ever make it sound like you take that for granted. Like, and I fully understand why people don't do that. How could you, you know? That is valuable, even if it's AEW. If it's Wrestling Society X, it'd be valuable to some degree. However, I think the backstage shit has affected the in front of the screen shit. But as you get more of these professionals too, like Hurt Syndicate and Ricochet and a lot of these guys who have worked together, you know, and a lot of these other newer guys, maybe that straightens out a bit. Hopefully they worked everything out. Mercedes Monet is out next. And yeah, that's what I think, just losing faith in Tony Khan, him just not understanding how to cater to the sickos while also like trying to get casuals and trying to get, man, people would like this indie style thing if you just have to be different about it. And instead he went like the TNA route. No, we're going to try and be the WCW or like that, you know, and not saying he could have did that too. But if this was the route he wanted to go, like in the beginning, right? I thought Tony Khan was going to make this like sports entertainment, like a spectacle. Like I truly thought he's going to try and compete with Mania and do it and bring sports entertainment to some of these stars on the indies who, if there wasn't just WWE running shit and monopolizing, if you will, because at the time they kind of were, like if WWE wasn't the only player in town, there's all these wrestlers right now from around the world who I bet you could build good storylines around if you book them correctly. And I just thought it was going to actually compete, you know? I just thought like longer than it did. And unfortunately it just didn't. And that's from constant fumbles. It's not like people just invented in their heads, this is shitty, right? It's just like the same way people didn't invent in their heads, oh, WWE got shitty. People don't just make that shit up, you know? We fucking see it and we can determine. We're not fucking idiots. People flock to the best shit. It's just what it is, man. Oh, so McDonald's is the best hamburger? No, but it's the best fast food hamburger that serves me in 2 minutes with some fucking crazy fries, and you slam a fucking double cheese when you're drunk or whatever, and everybody loves doing that. And you're trying to act like it's supposed to be Wagyu. A restaurant serving you Wagyu is not supposed to be what McDonald's supposed to be, you dumb motherfuckers. So none of these analogies hold up. The people like the best shit, you know? So, and I don't care if they say we're a challenger brand and all that. They're not, but that at least is accepting. Like, look, they're doing this big introduction for Billy fucking Starks. She's wrestled never in AEW, getting a shot at the TBS title because they bumped into each other. That's why people don't watch the show, because they bumped into each other backstage. Oh, there's been wrestling matches over that before, stupid. Yeah. For a woman whose whole thing is like, I'm the boss, I call the shots, and I defend. I have 4 titles because I work my way and I have my creative and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm going to let this young upstart from Ring of Honor just get a shot because we bumped into each other to get me to Athena at All In. It's fucking dumb. That's why people don't tune in. It just is meaningless shit. It's just thing happens. And the commentary is another reason. And I could go on for hours and hours. I think people are getting tired of me answering that question, but something I'm passionate about, clearly. So anyways, Adam Copeland arrives, addresses the weather, and then Meltzer said what quotes this, right? And he goes, Taz, Josh Matthews, and JBL tomorrow in March 2017. I'm here because I'm a goddamn pro. A Blizzard was not going to keep a Canadian. We're here, so you get here too. Okay? So look, very dangerous driving conditions. Michael Cole and myself, you drove the whole way, got to make the shot. That's how it used to be, I guess. You cannot miss a show. You can't miss a show. When you miss a show in order of preference, you get heat with the locker room. You get heat with your boss. So this shit like got them canceled, got JBL damn near fucking canceled when it happened with Morrow, saying literally what Edge just said in a fucking promo in AEW. And none of these, these sickos were the ones trying to cancel WWE at the time, and none of them are saying shit about AEW right now. It's not just a regular job. You're there once a week, and you're making a lot of money with a massive, massive platform. You've got to be there. You've got to make the shot, no matter what happens. Morrow is from Canada, okay? So he's well-versed when it comes to weather and snow. People knew the storm was coming for days. Right? Josh Matthews. With Taz in the car, I once drove us 2 days to Indianapolis to make a taped SmackDown show from NYC. Just saying. Damn. After the show, Mauro Ranallo retweeted several tweets from fans who are supporting him and criticizing JBL for bashing the SmackDown live commentator. JBL later called out Mauro for missing SmackDown this week. He has since deleted the tweet, but he posted, Mauro, I made the show. Everyone made the show. Everyone. Maybe he shouldn't have bashed me if he wasn't going to show up. So again, then Edge cuts this fucking promo, and none of the sickos are fucking right now.
I'm here in Omaha because I'm a goddamn pro, and I have a world title match tonight against Jon Moxley. A Blizzard was not going to keep a Canadian from taking the AEW World Championship. So we're here, so you get here too.
Literally word for word verbatim. I swear this is a simulation, man. Like, there's no fucking way this keeps happening to AEW. Word for word verbatim, and I have to sit here and go, sickos, hello, like, why aren't you mad about this shit? And here's the other thing. Billy Starks taking Mercedes to the limit just buries everyone she's wrestled before her, too, who are, like, light years career-wise ahead of Billy Starks. Not that you can't give her a good showing, but build her up a bit, bitches. But you know what they say, or at least one man does.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was AEW news.
Sometimes in life, you got to be a hoe.
Excellent. So let's take a little quick break here. We will get into WWE news up next. Okay, chat? And yeah, you guys just bear with me here. As let's hydrate. Let's check in with chat. Let's see how everybody's doing as this match goes down. I'll pull the graphic up so you guys can see. Do a little watch along action as I check in. Swipe right. Hey PWT. Oh, Plinian, just tuning in. Good to see you. Fuckers, Knack1 says. What's up, dude? Swipe right have hired an emo vampire. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to watch Evolve. I think I got the last 2 episodes to watch now. I got to binge Invincible. I got to watch fucking a bunch of shit, man. Holy. But yeah. Who the fuck is Excalibur? Billy Starks? That's funny shit. Oh man, just chilling, dude. Just chilling next. Just chilling. Having a good time here. Okay, let's see. Andre Adams says, why is every ROH woman except for Athena on Dynamite? I don't know. Where's my Luger, brother? I don't know. I have no fucking clue. It drives me insane. And they're just gonna parade her out because she's from fucking Texas. It's so stupid, man. You gotta understand how this doesn't work. Tony doesn't get it. Well, our fans do follow ROH and they pay attention. Craziness. She just deserves better than that. Why didn't she get a run in AEW? Well, we're trying to develop other girls. And okay, so then why'd you shoehorn Billy Starks into a title match before her, going through a commercial break? Everyone's like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? Paging me at 5:46 in the morning. Crack a
I don't know.
Shout out to the word auteur. Be safe. Yes, everyone be safe. I'm scrolling through real quick. Every WWE news, always dirt sheet saying. Yeah, so guys, if you're just tuning in, Big Trouble Ben Bishop will be on the pod tomorrow in the morning, PWT Podcast 90. Make sure you check that out. We make fun of Dave Meltzer. And I learned the hard way, the truth about Big Trouble Ben Bishop, okay? Friend of the show. And he keeps it real, man. One of the best times I've ever had on PWT for sure. And what else do I got going on? Over 300 of you in here. Run the likes up. Consider becoming a member for 99 cents. Patreon as well if you just support what I do. And I have another YouTube channel called Phil Marks Out if you want to hear me talk about pop culture and all that shit. You know what I mean? But everybody hydrate here. We're about to get into AEW news. Here's the channel, Phil Marks Out. You guys go subscribe to that. And yeah, I appreciate you so much. If you want to hear me talk about pop culture, I have a review for Daredevil episode 4. And then there's also a lot of other cool things I'm working on, man. It's really sweet. All scripted, video edited, not podcast format, way different. But anyways, though, 310 of you in here across both channels. Make sure you hit the like and let's get into some WWE news after I check in with chat one more time because Plinian drops in with 10 and says, y'all always make me feel so welcome after a rough day. Haha, PWT for life, dude. Well, you know something, dude. Once you're PWT, Jack, you're PWT 444 life, and that's just too sweet. All right? But it's true, man. I get this is the best time ever for me. Yeah, this just taking Monet this long to beat this lady it just fucking buries everyone she's beaten already too. Not buries them. Okay, that's a term overused. Sorry. I won't use that. But it just makes them look weaker because who is this girl? You guys get what I'm saying? She's not even on TV. It's like Emi Sakura is more credible than Starks in the eyes of most people. Anyways, Plinian, you make me feel so welcome. The way you're making me feel. And get in the Discord. Come check us out and hang out. Yes, I always forget. Thank you, Lincoln Hawk, the top mod of the Discord pod. Get in the Discord. Come hang out with us. An extension of chat. You guys feel welcome there too. And I'm in there. You DM me in there. I'm not good at checking them, but you might catch me. Okay, let's switch over, shall we? Over to this tab and play a fucking breaking news. Actually, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna chug down some water and I'm gonna Perry pack Minecraft Perry pack. Burning the boats. And the bushes. Okay. Okay. All right. So, and we got some coffee here too, and water. Drinking lots of water lately. Cobra Kai. Time Cop. Both great shows. Okay. Okay. I'm so sorry. So Rob Van Dam was on with Giga Chad Van Vliet. I implore you all to check it out. And he said that he comments on Cena being a heel. And he talks about the one-night stand match, one of the greatest wrestling matches and pro wrestling events of all time. And RVD says he knew what to do that night perfectly. He's really great at what he does, so I think he's going to really master the heel persona and take it some places we didn't expect. And by the way, I had seen him get booed. It wasn't a lot, but leading up to the one-night stand match, there was a town or two. I think it was Wales was the first time I think that I'd heard. It was very similar to the vibe in Hammerstein Ballroom. It was very similar. That was the first time I'd seen him get booed, and he was great. He was like, that's right, boo me. Let me know how you feel as long as you're out and you're expressing yourself and you're screaming. And obviously he turned them. They were cheering, etc. So true. That's just it, man. It's supposed to evoke emotion. You're supposed to care. So Tyler Bate will be on WWE Raw brand when he returns, which could be any time. So there you go. I wonder where he fits in. He is a Triple H lad, if you will. So here is dipshit Sexy BJ Ray. I'm going to try and get him on PWT Pod. How about that? Sexy BJ Ray says he's in talks with Triple H and ESPN and will be in WWE 2K real soon. And I need to figure out whose pod this is. He's talking to some fucking puppet, and this is just hilarious. Okay? And he's awesome. He's on the LFG show. The last episode, we saw that Shiloh dude fake a concussion, and then he glommed him. The one guy, it was a pretty good episode. I don't know. That show's amazing. And I'll do a breakdown of it. Again, I'm going to watch it on Sunday, so probably Monday's live show is when I sort of recap LFG. So, yeah, but here's Sexy BJ Ray, the most interesting character who's injured. And for some reason, not on NXT yet. And I don't know if it's because he's really green in the ring, but he definitely has the promo shit down. That's for sure. Let's hear what he has to say talking to this blue puppet guy.
Yeah, and Big E, and Bubba, your best friend, but they both mentioned
like, what show is this?
your name.
Jim Henson gonna sue somebody. Right? What does Chris Rock say in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? He's like, George Lucas gonna sue somebody when they start fighting with the bong sabers.
Yeah, and Big E, and Bubba.
Marv's like, you stole my old shit. What's going on?
Your best friend, but
he's got a feud with this Cyclops puppet. You know? Yeah, I know him. You know? He lives in Monster, Rhode Island or something.
They both mentioned your name on a PLE. For anyone that doesn't know, that's a pay live event, pay-per-view. Pay-per-view my pay-per-view my they mentioned in your name.
Because what other name is there to mention, Blue?
Nobody.
What other name is there to mention?
Nobody.
Who's captivating the wrestling universe like I am? Not a single person. There's no other name to mention. And that's why you got all these big guys mentioning my name. And that's why you got guys like Ego coming up to me in the gym the other day saying, BJ, like, bro, I was trying to use you in the video game. I want to use you so bad. You're not in there. And I'm just like, Ego, I understand, bro. Like, I would want to use me too, you know. Like, I got legends like this. Like, they're already looking up to me, you know. So I'm working on making it happen. There's a lot of miscommunication, and I'm just trying to gap those communication boundaries. And I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to ESPN, and we're making it happen. So we're gonna make it happen real soon, Blue. You'll be able to use me in 2K.
Blue. There you go. Very creative name.
Okay, we'll play a little bit with each other too. How about that?
Blue the One-Eyed Monster. Okay. Oh, do you get it? Blue the One-Eyed Monster. Do you get it? Oh, is that like your name or is that like what you do? Oh. Oh my God. Neil and Bob, is that like your name or is that like what you do? Oh. Monet just tapped out that poor young lady who's trying to get a career under her feet. So look at this, man. Oh, hell yeah. It's only fitting we dropped this announcement today, kid. Stone Cold Steve Austin is headed to WWE World this April 19 and 20. Tickets to purchase autographs and photo ops will be on sale Tuesday. God damn it. Don't forget, a valid WWE World Admission ticket is required to purchase. Grab yours today, kid. God damn. What? Yeah, dude. Probably costs a lot of money, but he's there. He's there, dude. He's in Vegas for Mania, so that fucking glass is gonna shatter, dude. It's gonna shatter, and we'll know he's a heel if it's the version that's like step up, you don't plank the kill you, you know what I mean? If it's that Disturbed, I think if it's their version, he's gonna heel on Cody, and he's like, "Fuck you, kid. I'm the final boss." I'm the, you know what I mean? Fuck you too. I'm in movies too, kid. Stupid son of a bitch. What? Moving along. So here is Giga Chad Van Vliet with RVD, and he's like, who's got the best frog splashes? So RVD's was one of a kind and 5 stars. So let's see who he puts over and thinks has a good frog splash as well. And I mean, Eddie goes without saying, but he says Eddie, but it goes without saying, but you kind of got to say it.
If you have the best frog splash, who else do you think is up there?
I think that
Montez
Ford, definitely. Like, he gets up there.
It looks like a 5-star frog splash.
Yeah,
looks a lot like yours.
And of course, Eddie, you know what I mean? Eddie's, that's the lifelong contendership. Everyone's going to compare our frog splashes.
D'Lo's was sick too. No one gives it credit because he just did it differently, but he would, like, I don't know. I thought he would hit those pretty sweet. I don't know. It's just me.
Have you seen Logan Paul's frog splash?
I don't think I've seen it. It's probably pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's very athletic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I'm sure, you know, it's a move that out of all my moves, it's the least original, you know, like everything else I do, no one else does or did or whatever. And that one, I mean, I watched Tonga Kid do a frog splash, Jimmy Snuka.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it was. Like Snuka. No, he did the Superfly splash. It's all the same shit, really, right? It's just this, you know, it's the frog splash. So yeah, everyone does it. It's like a super kick. It's like, yeah, it's just one of those moves everybody's gonna do. And even when I make my guy on 2K and shit, I give him the frog splash. So not like a 5-star, but I just give him like in his base move set, you know, his down A move or whatever is a fucking frog splash, you know. But anyways, moving along. Sami Zayn, fine company, fine food, and he's hanging out with fucking Kieran Culkin and his wife. Look at their beautiful wives right there, amazing. And yes, fine company indeed. A true wrestling fan, but a mainstream guy. They're all blazed as shit for sure. Good stuff. You love to see it. Okay, so RVD says he isn't surprised by WWE lifting its ban on marijuana. Speaking of being ripped, I can't say I'm surprised. I always knew the direction that marijuana prohibition would go. I was just ahead of the curve. Weren't we all, brother? I love this. So Tama Tonga just in character purely ranking, I guess, bloodline family members against each other. This is fucking hilarious. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get a yee.
Sami Zayn versus Jimmy Uso.
I have to pick Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy Uso? Jay Uso.
Where's it gotta be all those guys? Jay
Uso. Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu. Roman Reigns.
Jacob Fatu.
Okay. Yes. Jacob Fatu. Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa.
The Tribal Chief. Solo Sikoa. Tama Tonga.
Tama Tonga.
Tama Tonga. The Rock.
Tama Tonga.
Oh yeah.
Tama Tonga.
What?
Haku.
He'll goozle you. He'll fucking goozle you. You remember the goozle? He'll rip your fucking jaw off. Like that trucker who's hunting down Candy Cane in Joyride. You guys ever see that movie? Is that a deep cut? No? You guys know that one? Joyride? He rips the guy's jaw off. Candy Cane. You guys ever see that? I don't know. Let's go. Let's move along.
Sorry, Dad. Tama Tonga.
Sorry, Dad. Tamatonga. Hey, you got to put yourself over.
Tamatonga is the winner. Sami Zayn.
Just whips out Haku. Sorry, Dad. Tamatonga. So here's Jordan Grace, who is on NXT, which I didn't review. We just have so much to get to, but just an amazing show. Watch NXT. That's all I can fucking say. I promise you, I will fucking hop on and review, maybe do some pods where I'm just like quickly reviewing, or maybe even review run-ins or something as well. Because sometimes I skip over reviews when there's too much goddamn hot news to get to. And yeah, it was just a solid show, man. Go and watch NXT. It is the best show. But she showed up dressed like Patrick Starr semi-intentionally, I believe. Right? Jordan Grace did. She's wearing these huge heels. Like, look at those. Right? Those are like 2 Tyler Bates right there stacked up on each other. Oh, sorry. But yeah, here's just a fun NXT TikTok or something they made. Shout out Jordan Grace having fun in WWE, where she should be.
To find out.
It's like fucking she's standing on a Marco stunt under each foot.
Everybody ate.
So it's like everybody ate. Ate. So they all do their dance. And it's funny how for a lot of the girls, they just zoom out of their boobs. It's like, you know, the one girl's eating. She does her hip thing. That makes sense. You know, she does her hand like, oh, gabagool. And then it's like general manager. And then her, it's just like boobs. From her boobs. Punch. From her belt, I guess. Oh, man, and Alba Fire, like... Yo, Alba Fire, that the whole Chelsea Green faction, oh my God, it's so over. And they all play their roles so well. Like, immediately, I was worried about Alba and after Isla was released, but God damn, is it so good. This is so much better than the witch stuff. I'm sorry. See, out of her boobs. Coffee.
Can you believe that?
And then Vac Air, because she's the double champ. The champ. Hell yeah. Shout out Vac Air. She's amazing too. And she cut this promo. She's like, yo, English isn't my first language. Like, it's hard for me to say, but wrestling's my first language or whatever. It's fucking just money. Mama Rhodes got a message for John Cena. John, you should be ashamed of yourself. You had a beautiful career. Everybody loved you. Now you're just an asshole. Mama Rhodes versus Papa Cena or what? At fucking Mania? WWE is offering the chance to have lunch with John Cena over WrestleMania week for $25,000. What would need to be on the menu for you to pay that? A fucking full body massage? You know what I'm saying? Well, if Husey was here, he'd say Jade Cargill would need to be on the menu for that fucking, right? Like, Jesus Christ, man, 25 grand to meet with Cena? Him. Do we get to fucking, are they going to cook him? Right? Stick a fucking apple in his mouth and pig roast him and you fucking cannibal meal? What the fuck? 25K? Okay, so John Cena and Lady Gaga and Johnny Depp, they'll all enjoy that meal. I'm sure they're fucking clamoring to, no, you guys know what I'm saying. But ridiculous, man. And hey, if he can get it, good. I'm not hating on if he can fucking people pay that good. But that is wild, dude. You know, because what, do you get his phone number? You got to try and get his phone number, else it's not even worth it. Right? Craziness. Let's check in with chat here. I see you guys. Some guy says drove from VA to IA and we don't want to go to the show. You savage, dude. You should go. There's probably tickets for like $1 when you walk up. I'm not even joking. You know, it's just shitty because you got to pay so much for beers, right? Like, I don't know how it is in America, but when you're in Canada, dude, like, you know, you go to these venues, the beers are so expensive. You're like, God damn. Our beer is a lot stronger than your guys's too, just like standard, I believe. But Shadow Bat Ash, who also joined me on PWT Pod, by the way. So her and I, before Big Ben joined, but actually after Time Cop, yeah, her and I like gave the fan perspective of this whole GCW, how we view the indie stuff, and as someone who tries to promote the indies and shit like that. So Big Trouble, Ben. Okay, so the World Championship is now with an hour left in the show? Is that for real? So then what's the main event? What the fuck is going on? But yes, Ash. Which is worse, AEW catering or ROH purgatory? Listen, man, at least in catering, you won't get hurt, and the food's pretty good, and you can at least like try and schmooze up to Tony, right? Monkey Balls for 5 says, I was having a rough day yesterday, but one look at my TBGTK bracelet made me feel better. Also, I can't believe WWE would counter AEW with a blizzard. How dare they? They hired Mr. Freeze. They hired Mr. Freeze, and they took over Gotham. Tony... Shad's like, Tony, put your comic books away and go to bed, son. All right. What is your TBGTK bracelet? How dare they hire Frozone to tamper with Omar? Some guy became a member. 99 cents, you guys.
Stupid idiot.
Give me money. No. Come on, guys. I do this shit lots of hours every week. Okay, here we go. They're brawling, though. This thing's going to go an hour. The greatest match of all time. How long until they start saying that? Ash says Chelsea Green is a better CEO than Mercedes. Asha, I find that offensive. Chelsea Green couldn't tie my shoelaces. Has she ever been in Mandalorian? I fucked Pedro Pascal. No. I went on a date. I'm sorry. I'm going Josh. I went on a date with Pedro Pascal. Mr. Fantastica. Andre Adams says John Moxley is what happens when everything goes wrong for Walter White. Yeah, dude. John Moxley's character would be more interesting if he was dying of cancer and cooking in a fucking meth lab. Yeah. Joey Numbers said, too, it'd be awesome if Moxley, like, collected stuff and put it in the briefcase. But instead, no, it's just a random briefcase. And then if they pull out a new belt, then we're all like, what's in the briefcase? But then it's cringe because that's just Quentin Tarantino, right? Lincoln Hawk says, going to a tequila tasting for work. Love y'all, dude. You are winning. Fucking tequila tasting, bro. Fucking Mil Muertes, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love me some tequila, though, brother. You have fun, right? Enjoy yourself. Be safe, too, man. Excellent. I slept with Baby Yoda. Grogu? I call him every week. He's more than a puppet to me. So do we fucking trash can? Let's sludge through some of this WWE news, because does this go for an hour? What's the main event? Back to news here. WWE Survivor Series 2025 is expected to take place in San Diego, California. WWE Money in the Bank. I'm fucking have Tourette's or something. In the Bank 2025 is expected to take place at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles. They fucking love that building, dude. Who doesn't? So everyone's melting down, man. Breaking the road to Clash in Paris. So it's not that fucking WWE are trying to expand globally more and more. And it's not that Triple H really tried to do NXT UK. And then when Vince was like, you're all out of here, that he didn't fuck up NXT entirely with NXT 2.0 for a bit there. right? Like he fucked that up. He's the reason NXT UK didn't work and we never got NXT Japan and NXT Mexico. So Triple H is trying to expand. They announced this Clash in Paris shit. Like, I believe they announced this before. Did they not? Like way before. And then, you know, this is at the same time what? AEW's in the UK as well? Is that what it is? The same time they're in All In? It's like, cry me a river, ho, cry me a river. Yeah. Right? I don't even know the lyrics, but it's like, cry me a fucking river, boo-hoo. It's crazy. What are they crying about now, chat? Tell me, because I don't even know. But either way, I was hyped for this because, and if fucking AEW said, oh, look, we have 2, 4, 6, 8 dates. Who do you appreciate? You know, AEW. We're all elite. We're going to fucking Europe for 8 dates. We're going to film like for the next 2 months in the UK. I would applaud it, man. But they don't do the shit. So it's not my fault that you're just an e-drone. No, I don't give a fuck. So why is it okay when AEW runs up against GCW at the Hammerstein and steals their top fucking star, Cardona, and runs a show before them? Why is that okay? But it's not okay when WWE does this. Stop being crybaby bitches, dude. It's real again. Same with this roast thing we're going to talk about, right? We're going to talk about how the roast is going to trigger everyone. Now they're not going to air it. You fucking crybaby idiots, man. Ruining all the fun in the world. You got to laugh, man. What the fuck? Like, stop taking yourselves and everything so goddamn seriously. Holy shit. Anyways, Dublin, Ireland, Liverpool with the Beatles. I'm in Liverpool with the Beatles. That was a great record. Shout out Dewey Cox. Newcastle, UK, Birmingham, UK, Manchester, UK, Leeds, UK, Cardiff, UK, Lyon, France, that I kept calling Paris. So, and then they're going to do the show in Paris, man, which is just going to be off the charts. Good for WWE. This is fucking amazing. This is amazing because we get the shows. Like everyone talk about how wild the UK tours were, and now the crowds are so lit and they're thirsting for entertainment. WWE's a hot commodity, you know. They're just fucking pro wrestling all over the world. We're seeing it and people are mad. People want to fucking cry about this stuff. But then they claim like, you don't even love wrestling. It's like, so all the fucking kids in Europe who get to see wrestling, they could go to that indie where fucking Will Ospreay danced with Swerve. They could go there and watch wrestling. To the place where Tony Khan poaches all the people. They could go there. Like, shut up, man. I'm so fucking tired of the crying. But yeah, I thought that was awesome. So IShowSpeed said he's about to press Undertaker for making him cry as a kid. So I can feel IShowSpeed on this one.
Dude, it's insane. Yeah. And
Undertaker, bro.
The world.
Undertaker. I keep saying restart stream.
300 million views.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But that goes back to Paul understands things that I think some people don't
Chat,
understand.
I still haven't forget what Undertaker did back in 2008 against Rey Mysterio, bro. He made me cry, bro. He genuinely made me cry. I'm going to be dead ass honest, bro. So if I ever see Undertaker, chat, just letting y'all know.
He understands.
It ain't.
He's like, dude.
He's going to be too cool.
A guy like Speed to get involved.
Oh, yeah. I mean.
But Undertaker is a legend.
Right there. How many eyeballs?
Undertaker is a legend.
Oh, I hope at Mania they have IShowSpeed show up and then Undertaker just choke slams his ass. Fucking book it. Triple H listens to PW. Book that shit.
Master need to obliterate.
But then went over and watched the
W Undertaker, bro. W. Ooh, whoa. Chat, is stream still cool?
Dude.
There you go, man. WWE plans reportedly changed while the show was on the air because of the length of the opening segment between Cena and Cody Rhodes. They're saying that one of the matches got cut short. I'm sitting here going, dude, the show ended at 20 after. We reacted to it live on the air. We're like, dude, 20 after?
Fucking Mark!
So I don't know where they came up with this shit. If anything, they thought the segment was going to go longer because they ended 10 minutes early. So, Jay in Theory was supposed to be 10 minutes longer or 11 minutes long or whatever the fuck. They were saying in the dirt sheets. It's like, are you sure about that, dude? They ended 10 minutes earlier. So somebody lying, they're probably like, why did you guys end 10 minutes earlier? That's probably what the dirt sheets question was. And then WWE was probably like, whatever the quote unquote source is, oh, well, because this match got cut short, because they're working them all the time. They're probably like, oh, well, yeah, this match got cut short. And, it's got to be some shit like that, because how is it exactly? Oh yeah, this match was supposed to be 11 minutes, but it was just like 1 minute or two. And then you have fucking, you have the show in 10 minutes early. That just the math doesn't math unless Steiner's doing the math, right? Moving along. Muscle Man Malcolm talks to Jinder Mahal, who was one of Triple H's last ever opponents. Let's take a listen and a view.
You wrestled Triple H in India, correct?
Yes.
What was it like wrestling him? I mean, like, that's a guy that's probably one of his last matches ever was against you.
Yes, yeah, I believe it's got to be in his last 10 or so. It was awesome. Crowd was incredible that night. Actually, another funny story about that night in the arena. That night, there's a huge crack, and they couldn't sit
in the
anywhere.
arena.
Yes, like on the side of the arena, the whole wall, like kind of where the bleachers were. It was a giant crack, so they couldn't sit anybody in that section. But we're lucky that the show went on, because it was possible, like, can't have the show here.
Yeah, of course, safety.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody was safe. It was a great match. It was a fun match. When we got to the venue that day, I hadn't seen Hunter all day or any time before. He got busy doing media interviews. I was getting pulled a million different directions, and we never really had time to call it until intermission time, as we're getting ready, warming up. Like, we called the main parts of it, the finish, etc., and the rest.
It's an honor to step in this ring with the modern day Maharaja.
With the gamer in India. That's sweet. So Brandon Thurston says, one of our fools. So WrestleNomics says WWE Raw on Netflix is probably being watched by about the same number of viewers as it was on cable. Shut the fuck up, you oh my God. And then Thurston goes, Raw is ranking well among Netflix content and ad inventory as reportedly sold out, but it's misleading at best to say Raw is watched by 2 times the audience now that it's on Netflix, and just incorrect to the weekly U.S. audience for Raw. And then Dose just owns his ass. He's like, Netflix, a publicly traded company, is wrong, says Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics, sources WrestleNomics. Fucking cooked his ass, dude. What an idiot. Indy Hartwell revealed in a YouTube video that after her release, AJ Styles reached out to her, and AJ Styles said, keep battling, don't quit. The reason for everything is always there. Don't let this be the end of the story. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Right on. Exclusive, Mark Miro open to signing a WWE Legends deal. Yeah, no shit. And I want $1 million fucking dollars. News: Hulk Hogan's Real American Suite WrestleMania tickets have been slashed by nearly 30%, from 9,500 to 6,950. Bargain. Okay. So at WrestleMania 41, I am a real American. Chug as many beers as you can. Right? Real American Suite by the seat. WrestleMania Real American Suite. Enjoy both nights of WrestleMania from the comfort of a reserved seat in a premium luxury suite at Allegiant Stadium. Category: traditional suite, row GA, all-inclusive food and beverages. No need to wait in line at the concession stand, as your suite will be stocked with a variety of all-inclusive food and alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. Hulk Hogan in-suite appearance. You get to fucking meet with the Hulkster, dude. Hey, get me some of that charcuterie board, Jack. I want some of that crackers and cheese, brother. $7,000. Holy fuck. That's crazy. I'd way rather go on the Jericho cruise. Yeah, so you can meet Hulk Hogan for 6,950, dude. Moving along. So, guys, I've been saying this for 2 fucking years on this show. I've been saying it since before Sting retired. I'm saying it now. I talked about this last week. Don't be shocked if Sting debuts. Now, Conrad's all got his giant undies in a fucking bunch over this one. He's not really here for this one, chat. But I said it. Don't be surprised if Sting just pops up in a video game, or if they sell a shirt, or if he's gone from AEW long enough to where I said it. Don't be shocked if he inducts Lex Luger or anything like that. Right? He's cool, man. It's like Billy Gunn. He's cool with WWE. It's just he's in AWK. We're not going to put him in the games. Billy's had a fucking Legends deal this whole time. You guys know what I'm saying? He's cool with them, you know? Same as Sting. There's no, especially with Vince gone. I don't know, maybe Triple H went over on him. That's all he cares about. He politicked his win, and more than likely, so there you go. He beat Sting. He ain't mad at him. But anyways, WWE is planning to make overtures, if they hadn't already, about having Sting induct Lex Luger into the Hall of Fame. Luger and those close to him did inform WWE that Sting was the preferred choice to induct him. It's worth noting Sting had told people he probably wouldn't be able to do it because of his AEW deal. Tony Khan, just do the right thing. Head down, do the work, or just do a trade like just bargain some sort of trade like TNA did with Flair and Christian Cage, you know, or something like. Just do the right thing.
Guys, Tony Khan.
Right, you're the billionaire, Mark. This should not affect you whatsoever. But yeah, your boy Phil don't miss, man. It's obvious. The WWE ID Championship tournament will start in Las Vegas during WrestleMania week. I talk about this much more in depth on PWT Podcast episode 90, which will be out tomorrow morning for you all on YouTube and Spotify and Apple and all of that good shit. So make sure you check it out. Big Trouble Ben Bishop's on, along with my good friend Shadow Bat Ash. Of course, guys, it is a Ren's Day, so you know what that means. Every Ren's Day, we will check in with my favorite, Ren Sinclair. You know, she came through the prohibited portal, the forbidden door. You know, she was awesome in AEW. I'd put her over all the time with her little bit of work there with Jade Cargill. She's come over to WWE. She's in NXT. She's just an amazing young talent, in my opinion. She's the future. She's like the next Chelsea Green. That's my opinion of her. Like that role. She can just do anything, play any position, be a heel, a good gal, tag, manage. She understands how to do this, and she was really good in AEW as well. She was mostly during the pandemic era and on like Dark and shit like that. So I don't blame you if people don't remember her from there. Her name is Maddie Renkowski, but Ren Sinclair, it is Ren's Day. We will check in every Ren's Day with Ren Sinclair.
Hey guys, happy Ren's Day and happy birthday to my good friend Jaden.
And when her contract was up with AEW before she made it into NXT from her tryout, she fucking was doing these promos, like getting herself over during her brief hiatus, and this is what'll get you noticed. This is what gets you further than the flips. I fall down and get back up, bruv, right?
Congratulations on being.
Look at the spike bat sticking in Moxley's back too, right? Like what she's doing here will get you over way more than this.
Born and
and what the fuck Mox is doing, and he's gonna phone Sports Illustrated about tonight while he's bleeding in a hotel room. And he can't get the spike bat out of his back. Look at it, it's stuck in his back, and Yuta's calling for the referee. This is literally the dumbest fucking thing. This is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on, man? Jesus, what the fuck is this? I'm sorry, Ren Sinclair. We're going to get back to you. And they ruined it, right? With stupid ass run-ins. This is fucking dumb. They ruined this match, dude. Chat, I don't fucking know, man. This is pretty crazy. This is pretty Is this too far? Here, let me put, is this too far? FTR. Oh my God, this is fucking terrible. I started a poll. Yes, no, what is too far? A poll in the chat. You guys let me know. Is this too fucking far? This is fucking ridiculous. We'll get back to Ren's Day, and this is overbooked bullshit. And then that bat, they couldn't pull it out of his back. Like, don't stab nails in your fucking idiot. Back. And his back will be all swollen tomorrow too. That's the thing. Oh, but I live for it, man. It's so cool. It's just fucking ridiculous, man. That could have been so much worse too. And not that I'm like a sissy, like, oh, take it too far, but like, shouldn't that be like, that should be, you should have all regular matches. And then if you're going to do that, that happens at the pay-per-view. And then Edge wins, confetti, all that. And then look at Mox like looking around and shit. And then Marina's out here. Like, this is just ridiculous, man. And then Willow, like, where's Beth? That's what I mean. Like, you have the opportunity to get Beth at least. No. Here's Willow. It's like, come on, man. And like, I get it. Willow's really over. I do love her a lot, but it's just. And then Shivani's, God, I love AEW wrestling. A spear on Kip Sabian. Okay, now Nick Wayne and all these, like, oh, man. I can't with this fucking show, dude. Why did 18 people run out? Why did 18 people run out? Why did we do that poll today in the chat? Because we knew Nick Wayne and Sabian run out. So then where's Christian, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Where's fucking, like, who's going to come out next? Trent Beretta's mom? Like, oh my. Bro, this is the worst wrestling show ever that has ever existed. This is the worst wrestling show that has ever existed. This is the worst pro wrestling show. Oh my fucking God. That is, I just have no idea. What the actual fuck? Oh my God. Nana's like, I know how to beat Mox. We fucking show up with 30 guys to outnumber the 40 guys that are going to, or dummy, but that's how dumb this is, you know? Like 18 people fucking ran out. Like, so, okay, Swerve just needs 12 dudes. Call Parker Boudreaux and that guy with the fucking face tattoos. And then he's flipping Moxley. Yeah, fuck you, motherfucker. Flipping off the screen. Fuck you, you see. Oh, man, what a schlub, dude. And then FTR just look like goofs. Like, what a fucking... And then there's still more of this show. They just did that in the middle of the fucking show. We still have Bane and Statlander and shit. I hope Edge is leaving AEW. Or FTR is going to heel turn on him. And then we're going to get Edge and Christian versus FTR. FTR going to heel turn right here. Not even a heel turn, just no, I'm walking away, man. I don't get paid for my wife and my daughter to feed my family when Edge loses because I can't piggyback off him no more. They should have just heel turned on his ass and then you could get to Edge and Christian somehow. Fucking cowards, man. FTR going to break up and get singles runs? Hey, I have an idea. The Dudley Boys should be fucking singles.
Stupid idiot.
The fuck is this shit fucking trash show, dude? That was literally one of the worst fucking endings to a wrestling match I've ever seen. That was one of the worst. 80 guys running out. Oh my God, dude. And then Edge doesn't get his moment of winning that world title. I hope his deal's up. I hope he had a no injury freeze clause in his shit and his deal's up when I fucking thought it was going to be originally. That's what I hope. I hope he's done like in AEW and he's gone and he fucking goes and, you know, goes to WWE again and gets, is he already in the Hall of Fame? I just hope he goes back to somewhere where he doesn't have to deal with this, dude. I don't know. I don't want to see like Edge being pushed on SmackDown and shit. I'm not saying that again. Or maybe if he's goated enough to you, but they had the moment to have the fireworks, the confetti, and like, no, we're going to listen to the fans. Here's Edge. All the fans are like, Edge cooks every match. Okay, then give them a fucking hot angle. We get Ospreay versus AR Fox after that. And then we get Megan Bayne and Statlander in the main event, or what? This is like one of the worst pro wrestling shows ever.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
Pliny and Pixelar for 5 says the match was ruined when they immediately rebooked a trash main pay-per-view main event that even AEW fans didn't like, honestly. No, you're right.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
You're right, but Tony's like, this is great. You know? This was their chance to right the wrong, dude. And instead, again, they just go with Moxley choking out Edge. Now, he can never get a shot at that world title again as long as Mox has it. No one cares. The AEW fans don't want Mox. The sickos are trying to convince themselves now. They're like, oh, he's the fucking lifeblood of AEW and shit. It's like, I don't know about all that. George Capture for 5 says, you do realize that now this Death Riders thing goes all in 3 more months. Yep. No, you're absolutely right.
Exactly. No pop.
Yeah, it goes all the way, dude. That's not good, man. Yeah, when is the pay-per-view all the way come out where they just execute someone in the fucking ring, George? The top mod of the top pod, vintage George Capture. Let's get back to WWE news. It is Wednesday. So enough of fucking amateur hour. Here's Ren Sinclair with Happy Wednesday. Hopefully this will cheer us up a bit.
Hey guys, happy Wednesday and happy birthday to my good friend Jaden. Congratulations on being born and, you know, just keep on doing the thing. Question number 1. Girl, where the hell you been? Miss you doing interviews. Where have I been? Where have you been? I've literally been here every single Wednesday. And in regards to the interviews, have you ever thought that maybe I wanted to feel special? Maybe I wanted to be interviewed for once. Question number 2. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Yes. Question number 3.
Chat, pineapple on pizza or what?
If Airbud inspired Caitlin Clark to be a basketball player, play basketball, what inspired you to be a wrestler? Now, this is a good one. So when I was younger, there was this movie, and the theme was all, a hero is not born, he is made. And this guy was literally just written off by everyone. Everyone would make fun of him, etc. I don't want to give too much away. But basically, at the end of the movie, you realize that he fights not for glory, but for the children, for his people, for something that's like way greater than himself. And his name is
Nacho
Nacho Libre, dude. There we go. Shout out Ren. So Brett Lauderdale says neither I or GCW are under an WWE umbrella in any way, shape, or form, and we've never received a single dollar from WWE because, of course, the sickos are fucking melting down over GCW saying we're hosting a WWE tournament. I get in mucho fucking depth tomorrow morning, Thursday morning. You guys will hear it with Big Ben Bishop, a guy who is an independent wrestler, and my friend Ashley. So make sure you check that out. Shadow Bat Ash. So, but yeah, Brett Lauderdale, just a more recent response saying we don't need them, but I am proud that GCW has earned the ability to enjoy the most modest of unofficial relationships with WWE and AEW. So he handles himself well. I don't know why the fuck Tony doesn't handle himself like that publicly. Dose Evil says LFG did 180,000 viewers Sunday. That's another increase. 10K from the prior week, which increased over 20K the previous week. So LFG's a draw, bro. Weird that a new show might increase viewers. I was told that was impossible. So announced, and then after everybody melted down because they're a bunch of fucking pussies, and I'm so sorry, dude. Like, we got roasts now. We can't have fucking comedy roasts anymore. Jesus Christ. But the roast of WrestleMania featuring Tony Hinchcliffe takes place Sunday, April 20th, 420, dude, at in Las Vegas. This is after WrestleMania. It goes down later that night. And you know, I've said it before on the show. I'm a fan of Kill Tony. I think he's so funny at roasting. He's a huge wrestling fan, so he's the right guy. He wrote for a bunch of the roasts that like from back in the day that like he wasn't on. But at the same time, like I'm not the biggest fan of his stand-up as well. Like just when he's doing normal stand-up jokes and shit, I've never been a fan. I watched his one-shot special. I wasn't a fan, and I'm not even knocking him. He's one of the quick wittiest. We're talking about Tony Hinchcliffe, but they went to him and everyone's like, fuck him, and fuck this, a roast, fucking roast. It's gonna be so. It's like, what are you talking about, man? The Brady roast was fucking hilarious. I had heard a long time ago, I said it on the show, that The Rock was who they're fucking looking at to possibly get roasted by Netflix next. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he'll be there. I don't know if he'll be there. I don't know who all like is performing on Mania. Do they make it to the roast? Is it all the people who were left off the roast? Or I mean, the Mania that are at the roast primarily. I'm not sure how it's going to work. I know it goes down later in the evening, like quite a while later, enough time for people to change and do a roast and all that sort of shit. It sucks though, because after they announce, yo, it's not going to be televised. And it's like, why, dude? Why the fuck won't it be televised? So I hope they put it on YouTube. If they put it behind a paywall, I'll fucking pay for it, WWE. Put it on Netflix. Do something. Don't just waste a roast. Like, there's no point in even doing a roast for the people in the fucking room, in my opinion. Like, yes, there is. I guess, like, it's good for all of them, but no, man, you don't do that. Don't get all those people in one room to take the piss if it's not publicly, you know, in my opinion. And you roast the ones you love. We all love pro wrestling. We got to make fun of shit. If you can't laugh, that's your own fucking problem, ultimately, you know? Now, I know people get triggered about, well, Tony Hinchcliffe made that joke about Puerto Rico. Right. Here's the thing. And people say he called Puerto Rico trash or whatever the fuck. He made a joke. Just type in their fucking Puerto Rico trash. That was some shit. I saw a clip of Joe Rogan on YouTube. It was like a thing. He's like, he was concerned about the trash crisis. And I'm like, Joe's doing too much to protect this guy. That's how I felt. And then you look it up, but no, that's a real thing. It like affects their economy and shit. Look, and he was just making a fucking joke that no one's topical enough. You all don't fucking pay attention enough to real world problems. So that shit triggers you. I'm sorry that fucking happened, but don't white knight virtue signal, right? If you're a Puerto Rican person and you're like, fuck that. Okay. You know what I mean? There's no room for me. I'm indigenous. I got no room to fucking, if someone was like, oh, you know, Native American people live in a trash pile or whatever the fuck. Okay, then that's one thing. But so I'm not going to tell anybody how to feel. And if you are mad at him, be mad at him. But here's the thing. He is just joking. And yes, that's dumb as fuck for any politician to bring any celebrities. There was also people twerking at the other rally and people are just acting like that's normal too. We live in fucked up Looneyville. The world is the craziest place it's ever been, ever. We live in the weirdest timeline. So at the end of the day, yeah, Tony Hinchcliffe just roasts and he just makes jokes, and you have to be able to laugh at yourself at the end of the day. That's what I try to do. I try to just make jokes and make shit fun. You can't take this shit too seriously. It's wrestling. Stop taking yourselves too seriously. You have to be able to laugh. Tom Brady sat there while people made 700 jokes about people, banging his wife and all this stuff. You know what I mean? Or his ex-wife. And he just sat there and laughed. And that's what you fucking do, because I don't know, man. You just have to be able to laugh at yourself, or else I don't know. And like other people. How do we all have to just tiptoe around? Can't crack fucking jokes. I don't know. Watch Kill Tony. It's a funny ass show. It brings people together more than anything. The most diverse cast of wacky characters ever is on Kill Tony every week. And I literally mean that. Like, there's almost no show that rivals it as far as like a diverse range of, you never know what you're going to get. Just a melting pot of all sorts of people ripping on each other, cracking jokes. I don't know, man. There was so many roasts in the past. Pamela Anderson, who else? Charlie Sheen. There's so many great ones. Donald Trump. There's so many great ones over the fucking years, dude. The James Franco one was funny. I mean, you can even go back further than that as well. Chevy Chase got roasted. That one was brutal, like really brutal, because he was getting roasted. Like, people who didn't even know him were just shitting all over him and his career and his like drug problems and stuff. So listen, I'm not the arbiter of fucking how you're supposed to feel. I don't control none of that shit. So if you disagree with me, that's fine. But ultimately, I understand what's funny, and you got to understand it's just showbiz, baby. And I mean, we got to laugh at each other. I mean, what are they going to do? Call Triple H is gay. Like, if that triggers you, if we can't laugh about that, man, it's going to be funny. Now, it won't be lame jokes like that. If it was hacky jokes, like, right, if it was Brendan Schaub style stand-up, okay, you have a right to be triggered and mad. But they literally went to the guy who's like the cream of the fucking, you know, like it's like him and Jeff Ross, who they're really good friends. I'd be hard pressed if fucking Jeff Ross wasn't there for this. I'd be entirely shocked if Tony didn't involve him, because that's the right thing to do. And Tony understands that, right? They do roast battles as well. That's on YouTube. You can watch roast battles. That's a tremendous, like, they do it from the comedy club, and they travel around as well. And that's another great comedy show on YouTube that I watch as much as possible. And they've had awesome judges, like Post Malone will pull up, and you know, Jelly Roll will pull up and be a judge. So there's crossover here too with the WWE. Tony Hinchcliffe was going to start a fucking podcast with Ric Flair, but then Ric Flair melted down on Kill Tony and stormed off all drunk and shit when Shane Gillis was there and all these guys, right? And he stormed off, and it like ruined their whole podcast that was supposed to come out. So this isn't just like, oh, we're going with this controversial guy to try and trigger people. People are like, oh, MAGA, WWE and shit. Meanwhile, you can look, the same sickos don't keep the same energy about fucking AEW and who their owners and shit donate money to. So I don't even get into all that, because I don't give a fuck who you vote for. That's clown shit. I don't care who you fuck. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care what God you pray to. That's all lame shit. What I care about is what's funny's funny, and you have to be able to laugh at all that shit, because it's so dumb. What color your skin is, you know, who you bang, what God you pray to, all that shit's, it doesn't matter. So let's make fun of it, right? That's my approach. You guys know that from the guests I bring on, the way I try and approach interviews and stuff like that. Anyways, I babbled enough. I hope I prefaced that enough. I hope I covered all the bases there, so as nobody fucking hates me in the comments, someone will, and be like, how dare you even speak on this topic? Because that's what you resort to, and there's nothing left to say. But either way, here was the announcement, and then these motherfuckers, Triple H, I challenge you to air this shit. Don't puss out, dude. Don't fucking do it to us fans, dude.
Curious your thoughts. You know, WrestleMania is...
Air it. Netflix, bro. Netflix. I'll pay extra. Charge 10 for it. I got you.
In Vegas this year, Sunday night after the show gets done. It's still kind of early. People are going to want to go see something big. Got any ideas?
What if we do a roast?
Roast? Who's ready for the best
night of their lives.
The roast of WrestleMania, featuring Tony Hinchcliffe and friends.
Nice shoes. I could go off the rails in a really bad way. Let's do it.
And to explain to you guys how objective I am about this shit, I watch channels like Podcast Cringe that makes fun of Tony Hinchcliffe and calls him a cringe lord all day, and Joe Rogan and these guys. I watch Red Bar Radio, or I listen to it now and again. He literally despises Tony Hinchcliffe. So but where there will be like, Tony's not even funny. He just does lame. I'm like, no, dude, he's so good at roasting. His stand-up's not that good, right? Like I don't look up. There's not a lot of his stand-up even out there because it's not that good. Okay. In my opinion. Right. And I'm not trying to bury the dude, but his roasting is second to none. Watch the Tom Brady roast, go online and type in Tony Hinchcliffe Snoop Dogg and watch him roast Snoop for 10 minutes. It's the funniest shit. He's just so good at that particularly. So they picked the right guy, and I want to see it. Don't be cowards. Triple H, Nick Khan. So Goldberg, he does an interview with Ariel Helwani on the Ariel Helwani show, and he talks about how he wants to get back into the ring, and with his Roman match, he had COVID and all this stuff. So let's hear what Goldberg had to say, because he is getting ready for a return, 1 or 2 more matches.
So I had goals to attain at the WWE, but the reality is when we were going head to head, we were kicking their ass. They were kicking our ass. It was back and forth like a big heavyweight fight. And I'm a football player in Aintley, man, and they were the enemy, right? And I still believe at the bottom of my heart, at the end of the day, it's still kind of that way a little bit.
So how did that all come about?
What?
The whole thing with you and Gunther. They call you up. They say, we want to do this. We have a plan. It surely wasn't just like that one-off.
No, because I had expressed a number of times that I wanted another match after Roman.
Yep.
That Vince had promised me another match because not too many people know this, but I took
Nikki Glazer crushed Ash. Crushed the fucking roast. Hopefully she's a wrestling fan. Get her on. That's what I mean. Let's go. And same with that. Oh, yeah, whatever. We could fucking talk about roasts all day. Phil Mark's out. We're going to talk all about that. Trust me.
Took the Roman match.
I'm going to rank all the roasts and shit because I've seen them all multiple times. I'm going to rewatch them all and rank them.
Match with like a month prior notice, and I had COVID. And, that's not the way to go out. It's surely not the way to go out. And surely not the way to go out in Saudi Arabia, where so many of my fans couldn't be there live to watch the finale, right? So I always, in the bottom of my heart, in my heart, wanted to go out and present myself a little bit more positively than I was able to. I'm the mild understatement guy. But Paul and I spoke, and we came to an agreement that in 2025 I'd have my retirement match. Don't know when it is. Don't know who it's against.
So we're all like, oh, Cena's retirement. Dude, it's Cena's, Goldberg's, possibly The Rock's. Like, we're running out of a lot of these guys are just, they're going to be cooked. Maybe the last Austin appearance. Well, no, not Austin appearance, but like where he gets actually physical and not beyond just a stunner, because we could see him actually come out and brawl, stunner. Like we could see something like that go down. Ospreay wins that match.
Against, but they planted a little seed like they always do, and don't think that there may not be a swerve here and there, but it's professional wrestling. It is what it is. It's not what you see is what you get. And if anyone knows that, it's you.
There you go. Putting Ariel over there. So check this out. Joe Hendry is the only TNA talent listed at WWE World. Check that shit out, man. Fucking Joe Hendry, dude, at WWE World being featured. And everybody's worried. They need to bring back the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Do you know what I'm saying? So checking in with chat here. Okay, member for 10 months. Mox match went on during break. because with NCAA tourney games, TK actually thought people would tune back in to watch that. Oh, between, you mean? So Mox match went on during the break between the NCAA tourney. So they thought, like, what? People would be like, oh, let me flip the channel, and they won't just listen to, like, the mid-game stuff. Oh, yeah, we're going to flip over and pop the rating. What the fuck? That is absolutely insane, dude. Thank you for your 10 months of membership, by the way, LK. I really appreciate that. Andre Adams says, Hangman dressed like he can't be close to schools.
I don't know.
Oh, man. It was what Joey Numba said, too. He's like, come on, dude. He's like, Hangman, Kenny Omega. He's like, what's he going to do? Go to WWE, and he's going to be like, hey, kids. And they're going to be like, nice perm. And it's so true, man. Hangman. He looks like he's trying to be Magnum TA. Someone pointed that shit out, and that is the truth. Moving along. I can't believe it's been 10 months. Yeah, me neither. Meltzer said I could dashing, but he would stay closed-minded. Are you guys arguing in the chat? Yeah, this guy, David. Dropping the F-A, bro. You don't got to drop those in the chat. Shouldn't those words be banned or some shit? I don't know. They should be. George, you got to look into that, bro. What the fuck? No. Yeah, guys, stop being pussies. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Stop arguing. No, I love you all. Okay, moving along here. So we got more Goldberg, right? Who talks about he wants to get at John Cena. He wants to get that John Cena ass no Diddy, right? And that would be cool, no, to see Cena retire Goldberg. Oh, shit. That'd be some, like, Triple H versus Sting shit. But here's the problem is that Goldberg should have retired, like, 7 times ago, right? So if Cena did it, I wouldn't even be mad, to be honest.
If you had the pencil, if you can, lay it out for yourself, who's the match against? Where is it? When is it? The retirement match.
I never got a chance to get my hand around Cena's throat. That might have been cool. There's a lot of people that I would have loved to have faced back in the day, but the fact is that you look at what does that do for the business now, and a lot of people don't even remember me that watch wrestling right now, and a lot of people obviously don't know me because they speak negatively of me, and
I don't know, dude, the WCW YouTube channel and like all the footage and everything that's been floating around, like a bunch of kids grew up, with fucking Nitro on just because it's been accessible with people with a network or Peacock or YouTube now or whatever. So I think a lot of people still know who Goldberg is.
I think that I was an innovator of sorts. So
legends never die, as they say.
There's a plethora. I mean, I'd love to have a rematch of Roman. There's so many guys that are so talented and on the cusp of stardom, if not, there yet, that are possibilities. Braun Breaker, I mean, hell, think about it. It's a logical solution. But it's all in how the powers that be want to make it happen. Dana White's the biggest example, right? Vince used to be the biggest example. Now it's Triple H. So
he's got a dip in. I was wondering. I was like, dude, I was gonna say in the last one, I'm like, does he have fake teeth or something now? But no, he's got a dip in because he just spit. He's got a Zinny Boys in the chat. Zinny Boys
figured out, and hopefully at the end of the day, I'm able to present myself in a positive manner to where the people of today who don't remember me will sure as frick remember me after they see me my last time, and it won't be in a negative way.
If you had
for the love of God, don't drop John Cena on his fucking head. So Vince Russo, bro, he lashed out at Michael Cole over wrestling, bro, for going on an all-out rant against John Cena live on Wrestling, bro, last night on Legion of Raw, bro. First off, bro, let me tell you, bro, I invented The Rock. I invented Stone Cold. I do not take credit for Jeff Jarrett, bro. Do you understand? Listen. I understand how to get people over, bro, in wrestling. Bro. Michael Cole, listen, shut the F up, bro. Bro, I would curse, but I'm Christian now, bro. You're supposed to be an announcer, bro. Now you're calling John Cena an irrational prick? Okay. So now the announcers are going to start calling the wrestlers names, bro? I invented Stone Cold. Fucking Russo. Now the announcers, so when JR would yell, he's running like a scolded dog, or beat him like a government mule, or he's gonna what would he say? Get his ass, Austin. Get the son of a bitch. Get the bastard. He would yell that all the time, dude. Shut up. It's crazy. Moving along. So Pete Dunne is going to be in Bloodsport alongside Natty Neidhart, dude. She's going to be there too. So yeah, dude, Bloodsport 13. And Josh Barnett tweeted out, he's like, you're never going to believe who I got for Bloodsport. And then I quote tweeted it with a gif of evil Cena. That'd be hilarious. So Conrad, the mortgage guy, is here for it. He's here for PWT when we need him most.
Oh, come on now, Eric.
And he says, oh, come on now, Twitter world. Oh, come on now, World Wrestling Federation. Hey, I know we counter-programmed your stadium show with the free Saturday night main event and booked a whole tour around your London show. Oh, my God, Conrad, are you being one of those guys? But can we borrow one of your talents for our thing? He's not. They're fucking. And then Conrad would go, oh, yes, the fuck he is. I'll talk to him. Conrad, we know, bro. Here's the problem, right? Sting can license himself and his character anywhere he wants. If tomorrow he said, Tony, I'm going and doing this, and would Tony take legal action against Sting, bro? A guy he's fucking, fawned over, dreamt about his entire life. Like you? No, Conrad, okay? So stop with this bullshit. WWE's been tackling Europe. Clash in Paris was brought up. I swear to fuck, that shit was brought up a long time ago on this show. Like, didn't they announce the actual Clash in Paris, then they book a tour? But let us borrow one of your talents. See, some of these podcast dudes, they think that, like, the wrestlers are their talents. Well, I don't want my guys working with you guys. Shut up. All right? I know it defies all logic to even entertain the idea of helping us, but it'd be cool if you did. It defies all logic to even entertain the idea of helping us, but it'd be cool if you did. Well, what does AEW want, Conrad? Why is it always boo fucking who you? Why? What do they want? Why don't they bargain then? You know all about that. Tony would save if he had to save with PhilMarks.com. Like, what do you mean? Tell Tony to say, sure, we'll give you Sting, but we want this. We want to induct, I don't fucking know, Cody Rhodes into our Hall of Fame. I'm just throwing something stupid out there. Right? But why now? All you're doing, Conrad, is you're making it tribalist between WWE and AEW when it's not about you or AEW or WWE crybabies. It's not about it. Or Conan. I don't know why Conan's getting dragged. It's not about you, Conrad. Oh, come on now, Eric.
Come on now, Eric.
Phil. That's not very fair to say it's not all about me and what I want. It's not, Conrad. Do you know who it's about? It's about that man right fucking there who's trying to get his legs to work again. And it's about that man who gave his fucking body to this business, who you're a fucking fan of, aren't you? Okay? Okay? It's about him and what he wants and his moment, Conrad. Oh, but fuck, just book my... Oh, shit, just because I got StarCast, this is going to fuck up because WWE won't let any of them on StarCast. Shut the fuck up, man. And then you're just adding to the bullshit. You're adding to the making it WWE AEW shit, and then you'll go, hey, listen, I want a healthy AEW. I'm here for it. Chat me up, Eric, about a healthy AEW. The conversation should be about this man right here. His name's Lex fucking Luger. Okay? It's not about you and crybaby Tony fucking Khan and what Meltzer's gonna cry about and what the fucking IWC idiots who can't even afford tickets to go to this fucking shit are crying about, Conrad. Shut up, man. Fuck, just a shit take. I usually don't go this hard on Conrad, but that's just a shit take. Like, oh, come on, they're going to book around the same time, and can we borrow one of your talents? You mean the fucking guy who retired like a year ago? The guy who said he's retired? You mean that guy who Tony just sells his T-shirts, which WWE could do too? They could just license a deal with fucking him too and sell his shit if they wanted to. They already have one. So what are you talking about? It's about Lex Luger, boys. Okay? Chat me up, Conrad, about how you just fucking made it about AEW, and then you're going to cry about tribalism and how wacky the tribalists are, Eric, and how they don't buy any more Blue Chew. They're all Blue Chewed out. And then our last piece of business here, Conrad, the mortgage guy, responds to Jeff Smith, who says, agreed. Honestly, it feels like the kind of request that would be honored. And then Conrad goes, WWE told Lex he could go to Sting's last match, but not appear on camera. AEW should offer the same in return. What the fuck, man? So they said, Lex, you can go to a WWE show. You can't appear on camera. Not, Lex, you can't induct Sting in the fucking Hall of Fame. It's just a big difference in appearing on camera so AEW can pretend, oh, Lex Luger, another guy who would have never wrestled here. Is that right, Chaz? Oh, the tope con hilo. Luger's like, I did a clothesline. You know, he's like, I fucking can barely do a fucking headlock takeover. Fuck you talking about, dude? I just lifted guys because I can pick heavy things up. You know, he's like, I just ran and picked things up and I barely bumped. No, Luger bumped around. I'm just joshing, but you guys, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, it's like, no, dude, it's a whole different thing, right? It's a whole fucking different thing. And just for you to be like, well, Tony, you're just standing up for Tony. Who you getting paid? Now he's all defensive. Well, you know, StarCast, they pulled The Undertaker off. And fuck, Mark Calloway's my guy. They pulled Undertaker off too. And it pulled off StarCast. And I can't do. Oh, come on now, Eric. Come on now, Phil Marks. That's not very fair to just make it about Ric Flair's last match, part 3, that I now can't do anymore. The heart attack number 3 in the ring that I'm not allowed to do, even though WWE let them show Undertaker and Mick Foley and everyone at fucking Flair's last match for you, Conrad. And then WWE literally for your last fucking match, they let the cameras show Mick Foley and Undertaker and all these motherfuckers right in the front row. And now you're trying to stand up for Tony. They should do the same thing. Can't appear on camera. Sting can be there, but he can't appear on camera. Or what? Why would you even say this? This is what I mean. This is the tribalist shit that's like bad for wrestling. Not me criticizing AEW because it's a shitty fucking quiet building right now. And this has been a terrible episode of Dynamite. That's not what's toxic and tribalist. What is this type of shit? It's about Luger. It's not about you. It's not about your fucking all in Texas that you're trying to fucking protect. Shit, I got a bottom line, kid. It's not about any of that. Fucking assholes. That was WWE news, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. I went off there. I don't usually I do like Conrad. I do. It's hard out here for a pimp when the IWC don't make no fucking sense. You know what I mean? So, speaking of not making any fucking sense, we have some Dusty Dave Meltzer to get to before we close out this evening's show. There's also a lot of Dave Meltzer talk on Thursday's show tomorrow, so make sure you tune in. Big Trouble Ben Bishop is on the show talking about IWC sickos, dirt sheet geeks, Dave Meltzer, clarifying the air on himself too with some stuff. And yeah, we just talk about the WWE ID and GCW and how everyone's freaking out about that shit, and they're all dumb idiots because they don't really care about the indies if they're against this ID stuff realistically. And guys, become a member, 99 cents, patreon.com/prowrestletimes. The YouTube channel's at over 6,200 subs, so you guys are goated. And then the fucking 1,800 on the podcast channel. And then Phil Mark's out here. We're trying to get subs up. If you guys like hearing me rant and rave, I bitch about pop culture and YouTube drama and all sorts of shit over here. And at Phil Mark's out as well. So make sure you subscribe to me over there as well. Over, yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Let me check in with chat. Hopefully everyone's chilled. Everyone's getting freaking out on each other. Monkey Balls goes, the number 12th promotion is closer to AEW than AEW is to WWE. How can anybody believe that WWE is scared of AEW? Bro, you said that perfectly. Not even that was a punchline, but you said it perfectly. Like, and I've been saying it forever. They're closer to TNA or GCW, or like AEW's closer to like Ring of Honor now than it is, you know? Like if you separated the two, it's closer to that than it is WWE. So I perfectly agree with you on that statement. And that's a great way of putting it as well. Worded very succinctly. And Mike, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Lucy, Tony flipped his book sheet upside down. What happened with Cope and Neo and Mox? And Neo Mox, bro, Moxley Bulldog choked him out after he got a spiked bat literally stuck in his back. Like it wouldn't come out, and they had to like talk to the ref to help him, and it was insane. It's Tony's great idea. The great Tony ideas. Taz, pot meets kettle. Yeah, I see the flutes in the chat. So why exactly is this the main event? Can anyone explain? Yes, someone explained it next. They wanted to do the Mox Cope stuff during the commercial or during the halftime of the March Madness game, and they thought people would like flip the channel and want to watch that or whatever, dude. Crazy. Taz just called Luther a carny. Conrad is a sleazeball. I mean, I just ripped him to shreds. I usually don't go that hard on him. I hope Phil brings up Meltzer saying Miro and CJ divorce and getting remarried was a work this whole time. No, I didn't even hear about that. So maybe that'll be on the next show. Unless it's here, unless you tag it to me on X. Let me look on X really quick and see what we can find. Right? Dave Meltzer, Miro. Let's see what's up with that. Here, let's see. Oh my God, there's no way he said this. Oh my God, dude. I'm so sorry, and I don't mean to do this to Miro, but she was chilling like one-on-one with Priest a bunch, bro. So no, Dave, stay out of this. He is the Harvey Levin, right? Which is something that you guys will hear tomorrow be said during the pod as well. That was brought up, but he is like the fucking Harvey Levin. Like he is just, it's all just hot goss. And then they're mad at me. How dare you call us liars and talk about wrestling news that you know nothing about? And it's like, because that's what you guys do. Holy fuck. What was JD versus Ricochet? Oh yeah, see, that's the main thing. So we have to go, we're going to do a quick Dave Meltzer, and then we're going to do a quick Sickos where we cover some JD and Ricochet. Oh, Okay, big power bomb here. All right, guys. Let's get into everybody's not so favorite. Or yeah, let's flip it around here. We'll do sickos last. Let's get in everybody's favorite segment. And it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week. And we're actually going to refresh that there. In the Dave Meltzer folder, because there's now some new stuff in there, and we will share this tab. So everybody, one more time, it is time for everybody's favorite segment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week. Hashtag Flutegate, hashtag Philuminati, Phil Flutinami, whatever variation you guys get. I just freestyled that. I don't know. Dave Meltzer has provided additional details on the reconciliation between so Dave Levin here, fucking gossiping little fucking Perez Hilton, Dave Meltzer Hilton here. Former AEW stars Miro and CJ Perry, according to Meltzer, there is more than meets the eye. Robots in disguise, you guys remember? There's more than meets the eye to the couple split. There's more to the couple split than meets the eye, Brian. Oh my God, Julia Gulia, we need fucking Transformers. More than meets the eye. It's more than meets the eye, Brian. Oh my God. It's like Transformers, robots in disguise. So he goes, despite reports of their separation, Meltzer claims that, Miro, Rusev, and Perry, CJ, Lana had never officially divorced and remained together throughout 2024. Yeah, so they separated. And here's the problem with what Dave's saying. Nobody said they I know the dirt sheets are fucking saying they remarried, and your dumbass is like, oh, they're saying they remarried. No, everybody knows they renewed their vows and they never fully got divorced. They separated, right? Like that's what TMZ's talked about. And he goes, they remained together throughout 2024. He further alleges that the supposed breakup was actually sold to TMZ as a publicity stunt that would eventually pay off on their storyline on AEW TV. Then why was Lana publicly tweeting at people like, hey, remember I met you at a party and shit? And no, I'm not kidding. To like semi-famous people, look that shit up. And she was in Damian Priest's fucking they were doing like TikToks together, bro. Right? Unless they're doing each other's fucking eyeliner. Right? Why is she hanging with Big Daddy Priest there? You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy Damien, right? Come on. And I ain't cheating on. I'm glad they're back together. They're a perfect pair. Maybe it was a publicity stunt. Maybe Dave's right about this. Hey, if it's some drama bullshit, National Enquirer bullshit, Dave will know about it. You guys know what I'm saying? But anyways, Meltzer explains that Miro and Perry were reportedly sold on the idea that this would work on TV, Brian, but there was a major roadblock. AEW president Tony Khan. He states that Tony Khan wasn't a fan and decided to not run with the idea, thus leaving them both off TV throughout all of 2024, Brian. Bro, I don't know about
best guys, Tony Khan.
I don't know about all that. And so why would they be in... Why would he get cooked out? You guys know what I'm saying? Cooked out in WWE, go to AEW and do some shit where he's getting cooked out some more. Like if I was Miro, I wouldn't want to do that shit either, bro. Right? Like what the fuck is the point of that? So Dave just talking out of his ass. Thank you so much for bringing that one to the show. Whoever shouted that out in chat. We're in the Dave Meltzer moments here. So Dave Meltzer, he fears flutes. So we got this on the last live show, and we have further evidence of this. So flute, that emoji is banned in the F4WYT comment section. And he said, and this guy, Psyoptic Prodigy, said on the show, I tried to put it in the other day, and I couldn't find it when I searched for it. We then got further confirmation about what was it? Oh, yeah, I got another comment that someone bookmarked me in. that said, let me see here. Sorry, Tony Storm's ripping. So more proof. And I got this message. I had no problem using flutes in the F4W comment section just now on YouTube. Oh, no. So I had no problem using. So possibly debunked. So what we need to do, sorry. So we're investigating this. Chat, if you're allowed to use flutes, you guys got to let me know if you can do it on the Wrestling Observer or F4W, anything. You guys got to report back to me, okay? Because if they're banning the flutes, then we're fucked. You know what I mean? No, we're not. We'll just put chickens in the chat. But so this is me here quoting again an F4W. I forgot who I got this from. Probably Meltzer said what or something, but I quote tweeted this or grabbed a screen grab, and basically to summate what Meltzer says here, he's like, I saw a fake story, but assumed it's true because Wade Keller, I study and learn. So here is, them talking about Nakamura, and Meltzer goes, Nakamura is on the show and on the tour. The stories of Nakamura leaving are untrue, as WWE confirmed the story of his leaving was false. The only reason anyone acknowledged them, and I was besieged with questions on what he is doing next, was because the source was also listed as Wade Keller. However, those at the Torch said that Keller never said that, and it became a story that spread because it was made up with Keller as the source. It was one of those fake stories that earlier in the week I kept getting asked about for several days. So you speculated on it, pretended you knew shit. Well, what I've heard, you didn't hear shit. And then you pushed it and everyone peddled it like it could be true. And then you're just skirting it over to Wade Keller. Again, you guys will notice a pattern. He skirts responsibility of another thing he was wrong about over on like Joe Lanza or I forget his name. I think Joe Lanza. So yeah, he just keeps doing that. He can't accept responsibility for fucking, it was Wade Keller. It was none of us. So you guys can meet Dave and Brian. You guys could meet John Cena for $25K or Triple H for $8 or $9K. You can meet Hulk Hogan for $9K, or you could meet Dave and Brian for a live Q&A in Las Vegas. Guarantee you they won't be at fucking they won't be at WrestleMania. So you can meet them. I wonder if anybody goes, ask them about flutes in the chat. So Dave Meltzer's caught lying again. All of his number estimates, and NFL does 30%, and all that bullshit doesn't matter and was fake and made up in his head. I'm never wrong about this old coot. And here is post wrestling. We read it before. Like, AEW is not a sport. The CEO of TNT Sports say they don't consider it a sport, like UFC and shit. So all this, well, NFL does 30%. He just made it all up. Like, it's just shit. And he tried to do that with Amazon. He said on his show, 35,000, but it'll do 135,000 buys, Brian. And then he comes out and says early estimates for Amazon for Revolution, 135,000 K buys. No, that's not early estimates. That's Dave's made up that they're going to do 30,000 fucking pay-per-view buys. And then where is it? Where's the numbers? I refuted that shit. Dave's going to have to refute me too, because I saw people fucking Grok piped in, like explained me refuting, like, what I was claiming for people. I saw people posting that shit. So yeah, Dave, you got some splaining to do, brother. Dave Meltzer says 62% of all WWE revenue in 2024 was from television rights. And then Disco Inferno's like, so what drove that? And our last one, Dave Meltzer says Collision Saturday did 408,000, a 0.10 in the demo. So here's the thing. Remember what Meltzer was fucking saying, the stupid idiot? Watch him do a triple flip-flop on this one. Remember back in the day, he's like, overall viewership matters. And then it comes to AEW and he's like, it's the key demo. Study and learn. Now look at the key demo plummeting on Collision. It's dying, man. And I called it out, man. AEW is going to be the show that the old wrestling heads who liked, like the older people who like this shit in the early 2000s, early 2010s, you know, the 2010s. They're all older now, and the younger people are like, what the fuck is this garbage? I truly believe that's what's going to start happening. But the key demo, more proof of it. So they got 408,000. Now, if this was NXT, they'd be like, well, the key demo is the real Brian. That's a real problem. But they did 408K. And Dave's like, this is really good. But the key demo's 0.10. So before he'd be like, if it was a 0.15453, that is really good. He won't even bring it up. He won't even bring it up. We caught you, Dave. You're done. You're cooked. You're a moron. But he goes, Collision Saturday, did 408,000 and a 0.10. Second on cable in the time slot behind only the ACC college basketball tournament on ESPN. This doesn't even include viewers on Max, which is none. And then this guy, Him Chisero, goes, Collision about to catch up with Raw on Netflix at this point. And like, he's just saying it to troll, to bait. But And I can appreciate some good bait sometimes, but that's just utterly, it is delusional. Absolutely. And Dave Meltzer, you see so many of these people parrot this shit that he says. And, the WWE viewership's been falling. No, it's not been falling. Like, you know what I mean? Compare it to the last pay-per-view, and it's been falling from that. Well, Raw, that first one was like not a real Raw. And you all were saying that they're going to stack it like a pay-per-view, and then it does pay-per-view numbers, PLE numbers. And then 2 months later, you're like, well, it's not doing pay-per-view numbers. Shut up, you whiny fucking pukes. Here's Dave Meltzer, the troglodyte, going, oh man, this is really good. And then not even the viewers on Max, which is like 4 people, 30%. Like, what are you talking about? It's crazy. So these people are fucking demented and deluded. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week. So let's switch over to a sicko segment. After I check in with chat here, we'll end with a sicko segment. Nobody go anywhere. It will be good. We will talk about some JD versus Ricochet stuff, which would be good. I love all of the flutes in the chat. Flute-gate. It is Flute-gate every damn day here. Ignore him. He's trying to pick a fight. Are we fighting again in the goddamn chat? You fucking edgelords. You know what I mean? Stop, dude. Stop being edgy, bros. No one gives a fuck, you know? I am on the stream from 5 hours ago and searched flutes in comments. It does not appear. Man. So Meltzer made the story up and blamed Keller. Yeah, he does that, bro. He does that. I talked about that. You guys will hear tomorrow, too, where it gets pointed out. When does Dave and Brian do their show? No fucking clue. Chickens. Yeah, George, you got it, dude. Chicken attack, bro. That's fucking right. Use these flutes. Yeah, man. Yeah, oh yeah, dude. Like you playing with your finger or like blowing in the glasses, right? Playing your finger around the fucking woo, 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 woo. You know, we need Dave on the Jean-Benet Ramsey case, dude. Those fucking docs are so funny. Jean-Benet, like they don't know anything more. You're just watching the same shit, you know? That they don't know anything about more than, you know, what they did a billion years ago. So Ricochet fingers his booty hole in videos. Yeah. And Diddy didn't have to be involved. Okay. Speaking of Ricochet, let's head over here for our sicko segment. So I tweeted this out and a lot of people were like, you took the bait, you're baited in, man. No, like trust me. I tweet out, so Ricochet's cringeness is not a gimmick and he's just on here all day crying like a sicko. Got it. And then people are like, oh, what? You're just over here defending? What? Are you one of these JD tards and stuff like that? And I'm like, bro, who's going to tell this guy? Who's going to tell this guy? I'm over here now. You know, it's like, bro, nobody takes the piss more than me. Shut the fuck up, right? But it is what it is, man. You got to deal with it. And I wanted to put a little bait out there. So yeah, Ricochet is being cringe when he's like just bringing up disco and shit out of nowhere. It's just getting beyond the point of, oh, you're a funny heel, and now you're just being fucking cringe, man. You know, like it's like go away heat type shit. And the Bucks did that to themselves. Lots of people been doing that to themselves. I don't know what to tell you, but so people started going at JD, and part of this also was, well, we covered round one, right? We covered round one of all of this. So we're here for round two. And Joey Janela also started getting kooky in here because of this. So we have a lot of going back and forth here, back and forth. Check out my gravel pit. And let's see where we start. The mystery unravels it. Who take is the city that I travel with. So Pro Wrestle Times alert. We have a fight online between JD. So this is where so this is like JD versus Joey versus fucking Ricochet all rolled into one. So you know, Joey Janela got mad at JD. We covered it before, so I'm not going to read all of this again, but basically Joey Janela and JD started going at each other because of Mercedes Moné pulling JD off of the HOG show. He had to leave during her match for the commentary. He tweeted out a Charmin gif. Janela's like, doing her first indie show in like over 10 years for people she truly respects and is tight with was probably a really special moment for her. She didn't want it ruined, blah, blah, blah. JD's like, Joey is mad that he's failed to make a big stage in the sport that I make more money than him in. Shut the fuck up and continue to beg people to buy your shirts so you can scrape by, pay for your rent and medical bills because you've blown your life savings on Red Lobster and Marlboros or whatever. And then Joey's like, got me, keep crying, little buddy. JD's like, get well soon. So there's some JD mixed in here too, because he starts spurging out and fucking, you know, he became like a literal e-drone, right? A literal fed bot. So Emil's like, it's cool how you use his real name. It really proves that you know your stuff. And then JD's like, I can say whatever I want, sweetheart. Oh, and Emil does fucking cringe commentary himself. So we move along here, and Ricochet gets into it with JD. We covered some of it on the last show. If we retread a little bit, sorry, guys, but we do what we got to do. So Ricochet says that, you know, he responds to this one sicko, and he's like, we listen to our fans, every single one of them. And I'm like, bro, you've been there for a cup of coffee. You know, I quote tweeted that. I was like, bro, this is cap. You've been there for a cup of coffee. No, so many fans have been runned off from the bullshit they get from just trying to be like, this is what's up, you know, fix this, fix that, move to a smaller building. You get called an e-drone. Okay, fuck that. He goes, however, there's a difference between being a fan with real criticisms and a dumb shit idiot who just wants to spread unnecessary hate. That's so stupid. It's so dumb. So JD goes, just because I'm in a mood tonight. Hey, King Ricochet, hate content or honest criticisms? Or maybe you're fucking tone deaf. You want to call me hate content, yet don't notice the good? Next time you want to tweet about me, make sure you've done your research. Oh, and so here is him, I guess, putting over Ricochet. Let's take a look here. I don't know what JD's shows are called, but here it is.
But the way we started, Jesse, to where we are now, Ricochet out
off the script, and Chi-Town Smart is here too.
Outside of his promo work, because obviously that's been the weakest part of his game. Everything else is fucking great. And he can say what he wants about the fans, and he can say what he wants about me and this show on X. I will always speak up for when something is great and when something is bad. This match was fucking fantastic. Ricochet, this was probably his best match in AEW. And Swerve Strickland is one of the, I don't want to say he's the, because it's a very subjective thing. One of the best big match wrestlers, maybe in all the business. Every time he goes out there, bro, in a situation where you need emotion, you need physicality, you need a great pro wrestling match, he's always there, man. He's like.
So JD giving his review there, putting it over, and then Ricochet goes, honestly, you weren't even a thought in my head when I made that tweet, haha. If you want to consider yourself a dumb shit idiot, that's not my problem. Yeah, I guess he kind of owned him there. But, like, you know he was thinking about JD because you're always arguing with him, bro. So don't try and fucking lie, you know? That's the thing. Yeah, I don't know. Moving along. JD goes, who wants to tell Trevor that I was a real-life fan and that he is late to the fucking party with grossly over-exaggerated misinformation? You don't listen to your fans. You all live in a bubble where nothing is wrong and everything is so great. You all fucking hate your fans, and the company shuns genuine concern and criticism to appease one man. Hope this helped, Trev. Jesus Christ, JD, have me on your show. You might as well. You're fucking just saying my rants from a year and a half ago. And then this guy's like, so you can confirm that Mercedes was responsible for kicking you off the commentary table for her match because Hogg didn't want to suffer a Mercedes temper tantrum? Why the fuck would I tell you, Tyler? Who the fuck are you? Go? Hey, I might be over here, but sometimes I'm over there. Fuck you, Tyler. Oh. So Ricochet goes, class, like I was talking about earlier. This is an example of dumb shit idiot. And then all the sickos are warring with each other. So let's see here what happened. Let's see what some of these sickos got to say. This guy's like, Gabriel's opinions suck more ass than the Cowboys. And then this guy's like, you and your company are soft as cotton tissue. Got the most respect for you in the ring, but you're part of the problem, bro. And he goes, you gonna cry about it? Bro, he just praised your match at Revolution. So, and then when this is the room temperature IQ thing. This is what the dumb fucks do. Is what I do. I tweet out, I'm like, oh, so he's actually just being cringe. And then they go, roped right in, idiot. Roped right in. No. Because it makes me less interested. No one's going to buy a ticket because you're being a fucking cringe lord in this manner and being unable to accept criticism. People don't like that when people can't accept criticism, bro. You understand what I'm talking about? So, no. Okay. That's not fucking true. And, yeah, it's not anybody being worked. His character work on TV is the work. His Twitter personality's fucking cringe. Makes people not want to watch him on TV, not tune in to see him get slapped. It's the opposite. Like, I don't care. It's like, oh, you're one of these fucking guys, you know? Like, JD just put him over. So? It's like, all right. Well, there you go. Dice JD. Oh, so Joey Janela, though, starts beep, boop, beep, Ken botting. And he's like, he responds to GCW's tweet about breaking. GCW will present WWE ID Championship Tournament opening round. And then Janela's like, wow, this is awesome. I look forward to watching the young, hungry WWE talent of tomorrow fight for the first ever prestigious WWE ID Championship in Las Vegas. WWE is amazing, and I can't get enough. Can't wait to watch WWE NXT tonight, 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Who else loves WWE? Yeah, dude, and he was like thanking his wife and Tony Khan. He's like, well, I recover and my wife gets a juicy paycheck and can take care of me and shit. So again, it just, I don't know, spurging out's the way to go. And I know people don't like when you use that term, but that's what that is. So Pro Wrestle Times, check this out. The sicko. Okay, we're going to talk about that another time. So JD, we covered this. Oh, I'm in a mood tonight. Gabba, keep the cannoli. So then Smash Crash goes, he likes to claim he's not a racialist. Yeah, okay. So let's see this, some racialism stuff. So here is the clip. We've seen it on the show before, racialist, homophobic insults compilation. And then Ricochet's like class act, like I was talking about earlier. Oh, yeah, we already covered that. And then Ricochet quote tweets it and goes, for your viewing pleasure. Aha! Right? So then there's that group of people being like, he's racialist. And then Disco gets in the mix. And I don't know where Ricochet, like, did Disco say something that I missed about Ricochet? But this guy posted, like, Cody cooked him, Cody Rhodes, Slime Get Me, song, Masai cooked him, Slime Get Me. I'm not going to play it because I don't want, but basically it's when Cody Rhodes infamously buried Disco Inferno. Here, I'll fucking play it. Whatever. Let's play it.
Has Disco ever had one good match ever?
I mean, no.
What was that thing that Cody Rhodes said about him that one time? Stop. You know nothing. You have drawn $0. No fan has ever left the show thinking about you. You are lucky to be a juiced up, double lifer, over with the boys, type in an era where you hid in plain sight, coasting on other success. Couldn't hang then, can't get booked now.
Come Tuesday.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And then what the response was, Ricochet goes, everyone post what you think is the best Disco Inferno match. Chat, what's the best Disco Inferno match? I want to do some research on such an amazing storyteller and performer. Yeah, I don't know, man. Disco Inferno is a really over character. Even your boy Meltzer, who glazes you, Ricochet. Even he said as much. And so that's the thing. When you're that over, does one match, like you're focusing on the matches again. Look at what's the best Inferno match. Well, that doesn't really matter. You're just proving the point. Like the match doesn't matter. Name the best Hulk Hogan match. Like, does it really matter? He was just fucking, it was Hulkamania. He was wilding out. Right? So you just missed the point again. And dumb shit idiot. I don't know, bud. You kind of missed the mark on that one. What was the best disco match? He didn't need a match, so that's like more over than you. Do you get it? Like you have to do insane flips for people to give a fuck about you, right? He didn't have to do that at all, so you kind of missing the point. And I think Cody Rhodes would agree with that right now if you asked him to, but keep resting your laurels on the fucking guy who left the company because it was such a fucking Mark Clown show. So Joey Janela goes, wow, this should be so funny. Tony Hinchcliffe makes me LOL every time he speaks. I watch his comedy specials on repeat. I'm sure there will be lots of laughs on this night. WWE comedy equals gold. I'd like to try out. Here's my joke. What will light up Allegiant Stadium in 4 weeks? A wrestling match. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Does he like not like Tony Hinchcliffe or something too? Like what the fuck is I just don't get. He's like just having a mental breakdown. JD from NY responds to the class like I was talking about earlier. JD goes, class, this is also an example of dumb shit idiot. What is this garbage? And who does it cater to? What? That's why Collision went from full arenas to concert halls and auditoriums. Oh, dude, it should have always been in concert halls and auditoriums. And then what happened here? So Joey Janela responds to WWE World. He goes, wow, all the superstars under one roof. 10 years from now, we might see a picture of future WWE ID prospect with someone like a Cody Rhodes or Bianca Belair from one of these meet and greets. I love WWE, and if you do, you got to get to WWE World on the grandest weekend of them all. Who are you going to meet? Man, these people are real mad that they're not a part of like this real fucking hot shit that's going on in wrestling, and they're in like fucking AEW, you know, like where everyone's like, dude, you can't get over here. And all these people are just having fucking meltdowns, dude. What's Mania 42? Like 40 was bad, 41's crazy, 42, they're going to like, will they even make it to 50? All these people's heads are going to explode. You know, it's truly just cringe. It's not even like funny cringe or, oh, I'm just trolling. Or like, yeah, it's just trolling, but it's not funny. I don't know. Anyways. So this person says, here's a video of JD being racialist towards Momo Watanabe, spelling her name wrong multiple times on purpose, claiming nobody knows her despite her appearing in AEW before. That means nobody knows her. Snide remark comparing her to Mina. Like Mina Shirakawa, making fun of her name and comparing it to an exotic drink. Oh my God, dude. Let's hear this. So if we compare Orange Cassidy to a mimosa, is that like, come on, man.
We cut to a promo from Grand Slam Australia.
I could be wrong though, right? We'll hear this clip and see what JD really has to say here. JD, oh, let's see. First I was over here with JD, but I might be over there after this clip. Oh,
Momo Watanabe.
What's her name? Watanabe. No, it's Watanabe, right? Yeah.
Oh, Listen. Momo, Jesse. Momo. Do we have any intel on Momo? Watanabe? No.
Yes, I have.
It's fucking Momo. Momo's also what you call like a gay kid. You know what I mean? Oh, heads or tails. You know, it's like, what are you fucking Momo Watanabe? Yeah, he's like fucking. He's like an Italian guy. Of course, he can't say this shit correctly. Come on.
I have.
My uncle called me Momo once. Oh,
one fact right here. I got it pulled up. Hold up. Momo. Fun fact about her: she is not Mina.
No, she is not.
Okay, well that's okay. So Chi-Town Smark said she's not Mina. Fun fact, she's not Mina. So if anything, that was racialist on Chi-Town Smark part towards fucking Asian ladies. If you're gonna point a finger and say that, right? So whatever. I don't know. This is a weird clip.
Not Mina.
Nope.
At all.
Nope.
Sounds like something I'd order off the fucking menu at the cocktail bar, man. Some exotic infusion.
Momo Watanabe, bro.
I mean, is that the funniest joke? No. Is that? I mean, I don't know. I really, I think people get real triggered these days, man. Okay, so yeah, and that was, ladies and gentlemen, the Sicko segment. Holy shit, I'm glad I got rid of that. I don't want to talk about JD anymore. Not that, like, not entirely. You know, I'll talk about him when shit comes up, but just in general. You guys know what I'm saying? In general. So, what do we got for you guys? We did it, chat. We did it. We had an amazing show tonight. I appreciate you all for being here. We did. Is there anything else? I'm just quickly looking here. Is there anything we forgot to get to? Yeah, my thoughts on Dynamite. What a fucking shit show. You know? Let me check in with chat here for a second. Let me see. So where's the racialist? Yeah, I don't know, man. It was just
what?
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, that was our Sicko segment. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our show, PWT live show. Thank you all so much for being here. A round of applause for you all here. Sorry, I will get the outro. And I'll give you all a round of applause. Thank you for being here. Guys, I know it's late over on the East Coast. I appreciate you all. We got through a lot. Big Trouble Ben Bishop is on the show tomorrow. It will drop tomorrow morning. Make sure you watch that, listen to that pod, whatever you got to do. That will be amazing. And thank you all for being here, man. Yeah, round of applause for chat. Members, consider becoming a member, all of that good shit. Phil Marks out on YouTube. Take care of each other. Be good to each other. Don't get triggered by each other's politics and all that dumb bullshit. It's not worth it. That was the point I was trying to make. Like, we can't get fucking triggered. We got to laugh at jokes. You guys take care of each other. Drink lots of water. Be good. I'll see you all Wednesday. Saturday's the next live show. I'm going to go on X as well at the same time. So it might be a huge fucking turnout. And I think there's like UFC on and Collision. I don't even know. I think there's like 1 hour of Collision or something. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Take care of each other. Follow me on Twitter at prowrestletimes. Until next time, we'll see you in the Upside Down. Peace.
I look and see it's not just me.
Jeff, why do you insist on doing this dumb internet shit on TV?
I look and see it's not just me.
This place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit.
So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild.
No. It doesn't make logical sense, but it makes.
Well, yes, of course.
But it makes wrestling booking sense. Of course, this makes no sense. Of course, okay, it makes no sense. However, in pro wrestling booking, which often makes no sense, you would do that. It's about making money. It's not about anything else. Wrestling's always been about making money first and foremost. That's it.
I look and see it's not just me.
Last weekend was the greatest weekend in AEW history. This is the greatest week.
I look and see it's not just me.
Security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. We call this problem child. We spend our nights on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand, we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. We call this problem child. We spend our nights on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand, we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. Get wild! Yeah!
If you're familiar with how we do things often here on these Wednesdays, it's a lot like one of my favorite movies, Time Cop.
What? Fuck you! Fuck you!
Yeah!
Fuck! Damn it, God!